Hey
Like that.
everybody, welcome to bonus content. I am Alex. Tony Nobagin are here. Our
As
guest
always.
Joe is here, of course.
Am
Scott's
I?
somewhere hanging
I'm
out. This
here?
is this. I
You
mean,
made
are
it.
you here?
I don't know. Am I?
This literally, in your defense, took us like 20 weeks of scheduling to try and get this to happen.
That is true. That is true.
You're like the hardest guest to
Bullshit,
book.
it took like two
I'm
years.
busy like all the time, man.
Uh,
Like never ending.
I fell asleep early on a Thursday once, and I was like, "Ooh, I should have messaged Joe if he was still good for tomorrow."
I completely forgot. I was like midstream and I was just like, oh shit. Sorry.
No, it's all
I was
right.
like, I just started.
We got here. Now, I want to pick your brain, Joe. I want to know
Okay.
things.
Pick my brain.
When,
Tell me how it is, baby.
because I don't necessarily watch any streamers. Fun fact, I would say are the first like full-time streamer we've ever had on this podcast. I don't
Really?
think there's anybody else. Yeah, no, it's just you. You're the only one that like makes enough money to not do anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, I do stuff.
Like such as, go ahead.
I stream.
Outside of streaming, I mean.
I do a lot of social media work and I manage my Discord and I yell at the people in my Discord that say dumb things.
Okay, that's good.
Usually funny things, but not necessarily dumb things.
They're not mutually exclusive. So I just like, when did you go full time streaming?
That was, I think it was like November 14th. So like a little over 4 months ago, 5 months ago, something like that.
Okay. How's it been? How you doing?
It's probably the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life and the most stressful thing I've ever done in my entire life at the same time. It's weird, like dealing with the fluctuations of income and things, but I mean, it's fun, so I don't mind it as much.
That's
It's
good.
definitely scary some days, but it's all right.
For folks who don't know, just tuning in or watching this archive, you predominantly stream on Mixer, right?
That's
Or
pretty much all I
exclusively.
stream on, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to stream exclusively on Mixer, but I choose to.
You started on Twitch there, right?
I've been streaming on Twitch for like 2-ish years. Well, whenever Destiny of the Taken King came out was when I think I did my first real stream. I don't remember how long ago that was.
It was
But
2015.
so 3 years ish, two and a half, something like that. But I never really, like, I didn't do it consistently. Like, I'd stream and then I'd go like some time and then I'd stream. And I was working retail, so it was like it was all over the place, you know.
Yeah, I feel that. Don't worry.
And yeah, I never really like really went balls to the wall until I streamed a Mixer in the first week. I saw traction and I was like, oh, I'm kicking this damn door through the wall, dude. Nope, not stopping.
Yeah, don't let the lightning slip through the fingers, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Now there's another universe in the Irrational Passions like past where like we were like streaming on Twitch when it was like just starting.
Like
And
Justin TV era or like after the
I mean, it was like basically
activation?
right in that transition where they
Okay.
started Twitch. And we were streaming, like I was streaming Dark Souls there. We were getting like hundreds to thousands of concurrent viewers. There was like maybe a better timeline where like I didn't stop doing that,
Yeah.
and then we became huge Twitch streamers before partnership was a thing. But I stopped doing that.
It's all a preference. Like, I mean, I know people who have done it and they're like I'm good at streaming though, but I don't really, it's just not their thing, you know. It's everybody's got a preference, I guess. I love it personally, but I know
Yeah.
it's not for everybody.
Do you have like what do you play on stream? I've never watched your stream. I'm a terrible friend.
I
never
do
supported you.
everything, man. Fortnite's kind of been my like go-to just because it's fun and it's mindless to an extent. But I mean, it depends. Like we just did a full playthrough of Hellblade, and I'm kind of mad at myself that I didn't play that at launch. It's amazing. Played Kingdom Hearts the other night for like 2 hours.
We'll get there. Don't worry.
Sea of Thieves is like, I'm clamoring for it. I want Sea of Thieves so bad. It's
That's good.
amazing.
I'm so excited for that game. So
It's so good.
yeah, I am curious. Like, Do you like? I assume everything's going well with Twitch streaming. You were telling me some stuff before we started recording. That was or not Twitch streaming, but streaming in general. That was really cool. Like, would you say like you were kind of like from the ground up with Mixer? Like, I would say like with the folk that like started going big there.
So yes and no. There was this weird thing like where I started March 20th. So it was like, I believe 1 month or a month and a half before the like Xbox transition where they went from Beam to Mixer and they changed the name over and did all that stuff. It was pretty much just like I came in and it kind of skyrocketed way faster than I anticipated. Like it was like 1,000 followers the first month, 1,000 followers the second month. Then it was like 3,000 the third month, 3,000 the fourth month, and then 5,000 the fifth month, which was my first month of partnership. And it was just like, what the, like, it just didn't make sense to me. I mean, we're at 11 months now with just over 41,000 followers. So it's awesome. Like in 11 months, it's crazy. But you do see fluctuations, right? Like I was ahead of other partners, 10, 15,000 followers. Then, you know, PUBG comes out, really popular game on Xbox. I'm not personally a PUBG guy, so I kind of missed that wave. So, like, I kind of dipped off a little bit. But you start to see ups and downs, and it's peaks and valleys and everything like that.
Yeah, that is cool. I mean, to be fair, you're playing Kingdom Hearts. You're playing the games that matter.
I mean, I don't play Kingdom Hearts all the time, just sometimes, but it's fun.
We're gonna need to change some branding here. It's gonna be Kingdom Hearts all the time, always.
I mean, I'd be fine with that. If I could stream Kingdom Hearts all the time and that's all I had to worry about and I didn't have to worry about income, I'd do it.
Do you find yourself, like, beholden to an audience as to, like, what games you are going to play?
Yes and no. You definitely see things, like, I know damn well that, like, if I am playing Fortnite, you know, we're going to have 50 people no matter what, usually 40, 50 people. And, like, if I'm doing really, really well and we're, like, winning back-to-back, I mean, that fluctuation can go up significantly, but it also depends on when I get online. The thing is like, I've noticed, like, if I go to play a different game, you have to go in with the mindset of, like, if you are at 50 and you're like, I'm going to switch to this game, you're probably going to drop 20 people. And it'll slowly start to trickle up, but you have to have that expectation.
Yeah.
Because it does happen.
Like, you said you did Hellblade the other night. I feel like that's, like, out of, I would say, the streaming norm.
Yeah, that was I think I was like the only person on the platform streaming it, like at all. But we found a couple new people that were hanging out, and I was like actually surprised. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like we had some new people show up. I just wanted to do it for the regulars, but I mean, if you pick up a couple like, you know, new people along the way, like why not? You know?
Yeah, that is I think the cool stuff. From whenever I've done streaming, it is like the weird like specific game that people come in to tune into.
Yeah.
Cool. What's your Mixer URL? Where can people follow you?
Mixer.com/Ruffles, RUFFLES.
Okay. We'll say that again when we get into like the show proper, but thanks for letting me pick your brain.
Gotcha.
I just like the idea of being like you stream what, Monday through Friday?
No, I am currently, so when I first went full time, I was too scared to take a day off. So I streamed from pretty much mid-November to end of December and didn't take a single day off. And that was rough.
Yeah.
That was crazy. And then went to PAX South and was talking to a friend of mine, Omni Waffle, and Professor Broman, and they were just like, do you have a day off? And I was like, no. They're like, you're out of your fucking mind. Take a day off. You need at least one, if not two. Stop it. And I was like, okay. So I started taking Monday and Thursdays off now, and my schedule's become a lot more loose, where it's just kind of I wake up, I eat, I go. And it's been way less stressful. Way less people at the very start of the stream, because it's, unless you're paying attention to my Twitter, you don't really know exactly when I'm going live. But it's been way less stressful on me, and I think the casts have been better because of it, which is important.
That is good. Is there always like a mid-stream pizza ordering situation? Do you ever put up the pizza tracker on the screen?
So the pizza tracker does go up on the stream.
Okay.
But
this is important information.
It depends on, is it 11 p.m., midnight, and how drunk am I?
Yeah, okay, fair.
That's you. And do I have food out there that I can make quick? Because I can't like go make something, you know, like I can, but dumb. So,
How
like,
quickly can I make this DiGiorno pizza?
That's what I gotta get. That's what I gotta start doing, man. I didn't even think about that.
Get that DiGiorno money.
Yeah, I need to get some DiGiornos and stop ordering pizza. That would save me a lot of money, actually.
You preheat the oven, throw it in there, 20 minutes, it's done.
That's true. That is very true.
All right, I will. Enough streaming questions. How's in life in general? How are you doing? How's life, man?
Great, man. It's weird. Just moved into a new apartment, bigger one, which is nice. Our living room looks weird as hell because we have like, the big living room area and there's like the dining area, but fuck a dining room. So we just got 2 couches. So I walk out there and I have Frank sitting on the couch playing Assassin's Creed, and behind him is Dylan sitting on the other couch playing Assassin's Creed on the other TV. And it's just it's just, I don't know, it's more like a chill, like, we're a bunch of idiots, man. We don't need a dining room. I was eating in the living room. Why not?
Yeah.
But no,
you're adults.
Yeah. But no, it's been good. I mean, a lot of traveling planned this year, which is stressful. But other than that, it's been good.
Are you gonna go to E3?
So I was told that I probably need to. I don't know details. I'm just like, it's more money. But the goal is to be at E3. I'll be at PAX East. I was told I have to go to Guardian Con, so that's going to be Tampa in July. Luckily, they pushed RTX back to August, so that I have to go because it's here because I'd be dumb not to. And then PAX West in September, so it's like a thing a month. Yeah,
I mean, you'll be fine.
The usual. I mean, we've done that for how many years now?
Exactly. Anything else? Like, you live the full-time streaming life. When was the last time you left your house? Here's a valid question.
Today.
Okay, good.
I had to drop my girlfriend off at home.
Just get some is there have there been weeks where you just realize you haven't left the home?
Yes and no. I usually don't go more than like 3 days without leaving my house. That's like pushing it. Usually it'll be like I need to just go and get food, like something. We should walk outside. But yeah, no, you definitely have to avoid getting cooped up. I try to go out as much as I can, but it's usually for errands. You know what I mean? Like I don't do the big grocery shopping. I'll do like the mid-sized grocery shopping so that I can leave my house to go to the grocery store again in like a couple days. Just kind of.
I like the big grocery shop. You get some headphones.
But like
walk around the grocery store.
Yeah, I mean it is, but like then I'm like, why do I have to leave? Like it's like why do I have to leave my house at that point?
You could do the whole thing where you like order the groceries ahead of time, and they're like in a safe fridge at the front of the store.
I could do that. I never thought about that. See, ideas. I always forget you can order groceries.
I'm here to change your life, man. Yeah.
It's the reason I order pizza all the time, not Chinese. I don't want to call somebody. Just give me a website. Chinese stores.
There are some Chinese food places near me that have a website.
There's some
every day for it,
but there's not a lot.
Yeah.
And usually it's the bad ones, which is the thing that sucks about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to call and speak to you. I'm sorry. It's just not what I want to do.
Yeah, you just get anxious. Hi, Scott.
Hello. Hi, Scott.
How you doing?
I'm great. We're mid bonus content. I don't know if I texted you and said that.
You did not.
Okay, great.
You did not.
I crushed it, guys.
Dropping the ball.
That's all right.
I said I'd be late.
No, you're fine. I did realize that.
He did warn us.
Yeah. We'll move to somebody else. I'll let you kind of get adjusted, Scott. Nobishin, how's life, man? How are you doing?
Oh, pretty shitty.
I mean, it sucks. Your birthday was last
I
week.
wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that answer.
I mean, like, I partially was, but your birthday was last week.
Yeah, it was.
How'd that go?
32, so I'm old. So that was the thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Am I the youngest one here? I don't think so.
No. How old are you, Joe?
I'm 24.
I'm also 24.
Okay.
Scott's 24. So.
Okay. Yeah. You're all basically the same age.
I did not know that, Nobishin. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm an old buck.
You're
but it's so hot.
Yeah, just... All right.
It's
I'll
true,
make this
though.
weird. I mean, you've got Bayonetta. We'll get there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I need to play
There's a
those
there's
games.
a
I've never
like
played
a
them. I've never played them.
they're really good.
I
Real
know.
good.
I've heard. I need to. I need to. I need to.
Did you get up to anything this week, Namishin, or is it just kind of other than getting on this new Vero social media experiment?
Uh, I hung out with my best friends for a good while.
Okay.
That was interesting and something.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of weird stuff with me lately. A lot of I would say for the past 3 years, like I had like a good grasp of like who I am and kind of person I am. Then like something dramatic happened like a week or two ago
Mm-hmm.
that I just found out, and that kind of like shaken up like my identity
Mm-hmm.
because I put so much of my identity into this one thing, and so it's just like, I don't know who I am anymore. So this it's fucked me up for a good while. So, and work has been shitty. So I just haven't been in the best of moods. I've been doing a lot of weird things lately. Like I bought like a shit ton of games and like didn't play any of them. Like I bought Owlboy. I bought the BioShock collection. I bought Monster Hunter World. I bought all these games, and I just played Bayonetta and Mass Effect 2 like for the entire week or whatever. So
I mean,
that's all I care about.
let's be real though. That was probably the best choice. Yeah, I feel you. To as much extent that I can, I know those kinds of situations to be in. Not to the same extent, but one that you're like, I don't know what I'm all about right now. But I mean, I hope things will improve. I think things will.
They will eventually. Like
Yeah.
I said, I hung out with my best friends like a few days ago, and like it's pretty much still the same. It's the same thing. It's the same dynamic, and it's still great just being with them, and that makes me feel real good. It's just the fact that like, this is like something that's never going to happen again, eventually, and it's a weird thing. Like I'm alluding to it. I'm not really trying to say it and put shit out there for other people to hear, but like yeah, it kind of fucked me up a good bit.
I mean, things got to get worse before they get better, right?
Yeah, it has
That's
to.
how I've always looked at it. I mean, I was
It has
homeless
to.
at one point.
Yeah.
Now I'm not homeless anymore.
What did you end up doing for your birthday?
Not much of anything, honestly. No, that's not true. My friend Tony, he pretty much just snatched me up and like took me to a bar, which I don't really do, but like he took me to a bar and like I saw a bunch of my like old friends, like really old friends, like high school friends that I haven't seen in like years or like months or whatever, like acquaintances and actually good old friends that like we're friends, but like we haven't really talked in like a good year or two or something like that. And like we hung out, we talked, we caught up with a bunch of them. And that was great. We were all planning to go see Black Panther together. That didn't fucking happen. I pretty much went up going to seeing it by myself, which was great. Well, yeah, it was good just to go see that movie by myself. But you know, I normally don't go see movies by myself because I always feel that's weird. But like, whatever, I had Movie Pass, so it's like fuck it. And yeah, that was actually a good time. Like I puked the day after, which is like weird because like it wasn't like it definitely like it wasn't like a hangover type of thing or anything like that. It was just like I just puked again, and it's like, like I puked more in 2018 than I have in my entire life. And it's like that's like a weird thing.
It's been like twice now, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, I've puked way more than twice in my God damn, now I feel terrible.
No. We talked about this a couple months ago.
My God.
Like we're both like disgustingly afraid of throwing up. It's just the worst feeling in the world.
Really?
Yeah. I have not thrown up since like 10, 11 years.
I stopped throwing up when I stopped drinking beer and stuck to liquor.
All right.
Weird enough. I don't know why, but it's just like something I've noticed.
It's a lot more liquid to sit in your stomach.
I think that's what it is, man.
So it's a lot more likely to come up. Yeah, I mean it looked like you had a good time. You don't go out drinking often, Nabishin, so I was just curious. Yeah, man. I know things will get better, like Joe said. But now at least you have the things that matter. You have Bayonetta. You have Mass Effect. And the true belief that Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out this year.
Dude, I want to believe it, but I don't. I don't trust. I don't trust them, dude. I don't.
I understand the hesitancy, but you gotta hashtag KH believers.
I don't trust them. I don't trust them. They're
KHTruth.org. It's my website.
It's been 13 years, Alex.
I know.
It's been exactly 13 years. It's been 13 years.
Tony, how are you doing? I don't know if Tony's the one that muted himself.
Aside from quieting a small dog, it's going pretty good.
Yeah.
Everything's just kind of been pretty samey, and that's a good thing. It's a change. So
yeah, that's good.
It's been a decent week. I became a year older all in the space of 1 minute. You know.
Yeah.
So now I'm old. But
I mean,
it's okay.
You're not that old. Neither of you are that old. And I'm not just saying that because I will be as old as you are, Tony, in a month. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Did you do anything for your birthday?
I went out with a lady and we did some fun stuff.
Okay. Did you guys go bowling?
Yes, that's the fun stuff we did.
I mean, you said fun stuff. I'm like, the only option is really bowling.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, who am I kidding?
I don't even know the last time I've been bowling, dude.
Yo, you guys want to go? You guys want to go bowling?
Let's go bowling at
Paxie's
bowling.
Paxie's bowling. No, it's strobe lights and black lights, dude. Like, let me tell you about bowling.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, either or.
You gotta go when they're doing like the neon lanes, you know?
Yeah, like the nighttime bowling. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you're not gonna tell us, so I figured I'd throw a guess out there.
Pretty close.
Sounds right. Did you go to that ramen shop?
I want to. That's like planned.
Yeah. There's now a ramen store in Columbia.
Yeah, I really want to go. If I wasn't busy, I was gonna text you guys and be like, "Yo, you guys want to get some noodles?"
I was thinking about it too. As soon as I have a little bit more.
You guys want to go bowling, and then after we go bowling, you want to send each other some nudes?
Yeah. Let's get some hot nudes. NOODS.
Yeah. You got it. You're picking up what I'm putting down.
Of course. We're going to go bowling, and then we're going to get some ramen.
Yeah.
Your guys' lives sound way more exciting than mine.
I mean,
I want to go bowling and have some noodles.
Yeah, exactly.
Are there any good ramen shops in Austin?
There is. I've just never gone to them.
All right. That sounds all right.
I know there's like a couple ramen tatsuyas and other things like that, but I haven't gone there.
Yeah, it was a little... The only thing I'll say about this place, though, is a little expensive. I got some dumplings.
I feel like most ramen shops are, but if they're good, it's usually worth it.
Yeah, depending on where you go. I got dumplings, too, so that did bring it up. They're good dumplings, though.
Dumplings are really good, I think.
Oh, they're so good. I don't know, whatever sauce, this sweet sauce that they put with the dumplings. But
I mean, Chinese food alone, it's like crack. I don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, it's just specifically the drugs that they're putting into it that makes it addictive. But like,
probably
we don't get too technical.
I mean, like, we know the name of it. It's called MSG.
Yeah, like we can get really into it, but
How you feel?
I just want you to know, Joe, that Mike Burgess, our producer in our live chat, says, "Believe in your heart, Kingdom Hearts."
Believe in your heart. You have to believe, man. I don't though. I believe in Kingdom Hearts. I don't believe in Square Enix.
I mean, like, again, totally fair. This is the year, the year of our
if they give us a month and a day at E3, I'll believe it.
Okay, hold you to that.
That's fine. Just like I don't believe Red Dead's coming out this year.
Okay, that's also totally fair. Although they did give a specific date, but we'll see.
Yeah, but yeah.
Anything else, Tony?
No, it's been pretty chill.
All right. What about you, Scott? How's life, man?
Pretty good.
All right. Did you get up to? Did you start work?
Yep.
Good. How's it going? Do you fall into an ice box yet?
What?
It happened once. I have to ask every time.
You fell into an ice box?
Okay, so you keep twisting the story every time.
What?
And what happens? You don't fall into an ice box. You're already in the ice box, right?
Yeah.
and ice falls on you.
Mm-hmm.
In Soviet Russia.
So you were in an ice box and ice just fell on you?
Well, isn't it like...
yeah, solid piece, bigger than me.
What?
Yeah.
What?
By like 3 times.
Are you like okay?
This was years ago. It's
Yeah.
Oh. It happened like last week or something.
No,
I
this
just, like,
I was never not okay from this happening ever.
Like,
I was always fine.
I have 2 broken legs.
Always fine.
Yeah.
Sprained wrist.
Scott has like brushes with death
Yeah.
that are just like strangely close and uncomfortable, but I'm just checking in.
That's fair.
Yeah, did you ever that one time I was hit by a truck?
What?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, this is not an uncommon
18-wheeler.
thing.
Are you a fucking cat? You have 9 lives? Like,
I fucking hope not. I should have more than that.
Yeah.
It's like next time he'll get hit by
God,
the
I
same
need more
truck,
than that.
but without the car in the way, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
He'll be
just
fine, though.
He was in a car when the truck hit it. Like, just to be specific, I mean, definitely totaled the car, but like, you know,
He's fine.
he's fine.
okay. That's good.
Yeah, the running joke that time, I believe, was I was going to get into Euro Truck Simulator with Tony so I could beat that truck.
Just run down people.
Be the truck that
That's
caused
awful.
manslaughter that day.
Yeah.
All right. Question,
Huh.
Joe, have you been watching anything good lately?
Is that
I don't
directed at
know.
me?
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry. It said Joe somewhere.
I just finished Stranger Things 2.
Cool.
and
You're very current, caught up.
No, I'm not at all. I just watched. I just watched that, and I just watched. What was it called? I don't remember.
We're
something.
Altered Carbon.
I don't know, man. I usually just watch whatever's on Netflix, and like, I've been trying to catch up on Doctor Who finally. I haven't watched TV in like 8 months, leading up to the whole full-time thing, and then like now that I've had days off, I'm like, oh my god, I can watch TV at night. What? Blew my mind. Like, this is crazy.
No,
I have free time.
That's the same thing for me. Like, that's also one of the things why I don't stream as much anymore. Because like when I play games, I listen to podcasts. You were saying earlier that you don't know what's happening because you haven't been listening to podcasts.
Yeah, because I don't drive
Yeah.
anymore. I mean, I do sometimes, but usually it's like 5-10 minutes at a time.
Yeah. So like when I stream, I can't listen to a podcast while I'm streaming games. So, or if I did, that would just be weird. Giving away downloads. I'm hurting somebody else then.
Yeah, that's probably true.
But you know, you live and learn.
Yeah, it was definitely a crazy 8 months for sure.
Yeah. Now you can watch TV. Go enjoy it. Nabashin, you been watching anything good?
Other than seeing Black Panther, I don't think I've seen anything else this week. It's been pretty solitude. I haven't really watched anything. I've been reading stuff.
I've been listening to an audiobook. We can exchange reading.
I don't
things.
read. I don't know the last time I've read a book. I feel terrible. Maybe in like high school. I don't know, man.
Well, when I say read, I mean more like just reading manga online.
I mean, that's reading. You're reading something.
Yes.
It's important.
I
What have you been reading?
One Punch Man's been very, very interesting. They actually like explain like the lore of that in a really like interesting way, like as far as like where these monsters are actually coming from and how they're made. So it's like just like some interesting stuff about that, because it's like, oh, it's like, you know, like you never really think about it, and then like they actually explain it, and it's like, oh, okay, that's a really cool for this world, how everything is shaped and everything like that. So some deep shit.
As One Punch Man, just as a quick aside, One Punch Man has gone on. Has it like grown out of being just kind of like a satire on superheroes to like being a little bit more built on top of that, or is that like kind of still the core?
It's still the core. I mean, that's what Saitama is.
Mm-hmm.
It still does like the really good thing about One Punch Man, about like being like in the overall sense of like what a hero actually is, and like, you know, the sacrifices and everything that a hero has to make. They still do a really good job of doing that. Saitama still does one punch like pretty much every enemy he goes against and takes him out. So like that's still like the thing about it, and you see like his struggle about like him being so strong that like he has no real challenge, he has no real, and like it's like killing his drive. Like you get to see it just like draining in his face every once in a while. So, but some he has his friends that slap him in the face and like try to make him like see, like there's more than just strength, and like he sometimes understands and sometimes he doesn't. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool what they ended up like, just seeing where they've gone with that show and that character. Anything else?
Dragon Ball Super's been good. It's been surprisingly good, even.
I need to start watching that. I was like, oh my god, the upside down story.
For a minute, I was like, man, just everybody fucking bounced off Dragon Ball Super in that whole comment. I was like, wait, there must be something wrong.
I need to.
Well, you see, what happened here is I hit the space bar, and I was like, wait. Oh, that stops recording. That doesn't break things. What's going on?
All your fault.
It seems cool. But then again, like then you'd have to watch TV. It sounds so hard.
TV's a lot of work, man.
Your folks in the chat say you look like Hopper from Stranger Things, Joe.
Yeah, I get that a lot. We have a Hopper command in my chat that anytime somebody comes in and says that I look like him, we do it, and it's been tallied up. I think we're at like 20 times since we made the command or something like that.
That's really good. You do have that look. Now that means you can be Hellboy.
Can I? Is that how that works?
Yeah, the guy that plays Hopper is playing Hellboy in the new Hellboy movies.
Ooh, interesting.
That comes out 2019.
I guess it depends on how he looks. I don't know.
He looks good. There's like one picture of him in full makeup out there. It looks good.
Oh, okay.
Did there need to be a Hellboy reboot? Probably not, but I'm curious to see what they do with it.
Yeah.
Tony, you been watching anything good?
Let's see. So, okay, it's not. I don't know if it's good.
Probably not then.
But I started this new anime this week.
Here we go.
And it's called The Ryo's Work Is Never Done. And it's about this guy who he's 16 and he is, long story short, he's the best shogi player in the whole world, like by far.
Okay.
And this person who like at his match to become this like highest level player, like above all other people, he was having like a nervous breakdown, and this younger person like helped him out with that, like give him like a confidence boost, and he used that in order to win the match and become this person. Anyway, he kind of blacked out a lot of those memories, but the first episode, this person shows up and is like, hey, take me as your apprentice, teach me how to be the best shogi player. And so it's about their relationship and like her learning how to be rad at shogi and all that. But there's this old show from the 90s called Hikaru no Go, which is one of my favorites.
It's pretty famous.
Right? Yes, and it's about basically the same concept, but instead of living like master of the game, it's a dead master of Go who teaches this child who finds the board that this old master
a haunted Go board. Hell yeah.
He finds this haunted Go board in his grandfather's attic, and then the ghost possesses him and makes him the best Go player. So it follows a lot of the same storylines, and I think there's a lot of inspiration drawn from that original, and I really liked that one. So for me, it's been very good. I think that it's kind of tainted by like the modern stuff that goes in like all anime that comes out nowadays. Like it's just like it's kind of like overblown, and there's like some extra like just stuff that I just kind of ignore because I'm in it for.
Takes them 15 minutes to charge up their pieces before they put them on the board.
No, it's not like Dragon Ball, but
sounds like shit then.
But yeah, it's really good. It's on like episode 7. I watched all of them in like a day.
Would you call it like a Yuri on Ice, like shogi relationship?
No. Right. It's different. Like I think the parts where it's focusing on the game is the best part.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been really good. So I've been watching that, just kind of keeping up to date on all the other ones that I'm watching. As far as like regular ass TV, I don't know. I don't think I've been watching really anything. Yeah, I'd recommend. It's pretty good.
That sounds cool.
I would first recommend Hikaru no Go over this one though. Yeah. If you're able to withstand 90s animation and all that. But if you want,
what do you withstand?
There are, I talk to a lot of people about anime, and you'd be surprised how many people just will not watch old stuff because it's not in 16:9. It's not 1080p.
Oh,
yeah, they're babies exactly.
So, okay. So I don't want to talk to those people ever.
You talk to one of them very frequently. So,
have you guys? I literally watched. And we stopped after. I watched the first episode of Pokemon with my girlfriend last night.
Mm-hmm.
It is so framey.
Oh yeah.
During transitions, like you can literally see that.
Yeah.
It's also awful. It hurt my soul. I'm so upset that I liked it as a kid. It was so bad.
Yeah. I rewatched the first couple seasons of Pokemon like 3 years ago. It's rough. I enjoyed it, but
the OG is just
yeah, man. I read about they did that Pokemon movie that's like a soft reboot of Pokemon.
Did they?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Is it good?
Pikachu says human words, like English words in it.
Oh, I thought you talking about the other one.
No. Yeah, no. Pikachu says like words, like he says words. It's like a dreamy situation. It's basically like a reboot of the original Pokemon, but with it's a movie with all current like 7th gen Pokemon.
That's so weird.
Yeah. And yeah. It's like a cool idea. Like it is about Ash, like the same kind of thing, like him and Pikachu bonding.
Yeah.
And then he sees Ho-Oh, and then he goes and tries to catch Ho-Oh. Versus the anime where it was just kind of like an ancillary thing. But it's like new companion characters, like Brock and Misty aren't really in it. Like they are, but they're not really like his companions. And then when they get attacked by Elder Spearow in like a dreamy state, Ash asks Pikachu to get in the Pokeball, and Pikachu says human words. He's like, no, I want to be with you. And I'm like, this is fucked up.
It's kind of weird to think about.
Yeah.
Did you see the reaction to it?
Yeah, there's like a YouTube video of people in a movie theater like watching it, and Pikachu says human words, and no one is happy about it.
I mean, no.
Like it's a whole movie theater going like, what? And you can hear some guy in the background go, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's not okay. That's not okay.
It's fucking so good. He's got like Pikachu's got like a little girl voice, and he's like, I don't want to go in the Pokeball. I want to be with you, Ash. And it's like, whoa!
Like, Nani?
That is
not how that works.
Word Pikachu, and I do not accept this.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Have you watched anything, Scott?
I think there's only 2 things, really.
Okay. Wait, so you were watching something?
Found a new cartoon.
Yeah, Nabishin.
So this one's for Nabishin.
Mm-hmm.
It's what is it called? OKKO.
Okay.
It is I'd say it's of let's say regular show, Adventure Time, Steven Universe. It is definitely the most childish of them.
Okay.
It looks
but it's still real good.
Okay.
I heard of it.
Let's see how the best way I can describe it is take almost every Japanese RPG, mash it with Street Fighter,
okay,
and then turned it into a satire show.
This is the one with Aaron Hansen on it.
Is it?
I believe it's either Aaron or Susie. Let me see.
I don't think I can hear the name Aaron without thinking Aaron Carter.
Weird.
Really?
I think
You're
I don't know why.
Yeah, that's like it's kind of depressing.
I don't know why. It's just like it's by default that anybody named Aaron is basically Aaron Carter. I don't actually know what happened to him. I think he's dead. I don't know.
I think Aaron Carter is still alive.
How do you
I'm gonna
know?
throw it out there. He might be. I don't know.
When was the last time you heard of him, huh?
I like maybe he's just not doing anything. Maybe he's just hanging out. He beat Michael Jordan at basketball once. No, that was somebody else, wasn't it?
I was gonna say I don't think Aaron Carter beat Michael Jordan in basketball.
There's some this is a side. I've been listening to too much My Brother and Me. I'm thinking of a different cartoon, as it turns out, Scott. So
yeah, I think you're thinking of a much different cartoon.
Sounds like it.
I feel like there's a voice actor on this show that I do know, but I can't think of the name. So what was the other thing you've been watching?
And the other one's Final Space.
Final Space?
Yep. This one, I think it's an adult cartoon.
Think?
Yeah, if you watch the first episode, they skirt around the curse words.
It's TBS.
But then the main character wears a skin suit.
All right. Like another
And
person's
there's,
skin.
there's a lot of blood.
Okay.
It sounds like an adult cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah, it's TBS. Has TBS ever produced a cartoon before?
No, but they show like Family Guy and stuff. So
Yeah, they do the reruns. Okay, that makes sense. There's a market for
Close
it.
enough.
that was all right.
All right.
I
I
haven't
haven't.
so far, but it's got it has 2 episodes. So
Okay, so we're still leading into it.
mhm.
I have not been watching anything per se. I said I was listening to a book. So I'm too lazy to read, but I've been listening to the audiobooks for the King Killer Chronicles. I don't know if any of you have heard of these. These things called books. They're crazy. By Patrick Rothfuss. There are 2 books in the series, and I finished the first one. I'm almost done with the second one now. I've been listening to it over the last 3 weeks. They're long, but they're very interesting. It's like a very different take on a fantasy world. If you have ever watched the anime Spice and Wolf, which is a super specific pull, you might know what I'm talking about, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
There is it is very reminiscent of that in that there's a lot of focus on the economy, and the kind of economics of that world are very well fleshed out. But yeah, it's a fantasy world. The magic in that world is knowing the names of things. There's a fictional character in that world, or stories about someone called Tamerlane the Great. The idea is that he can call upon the name of the wind, and so it'll
Wingardia Leviosa.
Yeah, he says, "Windguard me, Leviosa." But he calls upon the name of the wind, and then it will attack someone for him or save him from falling, things like that. It'll do as he says.
Sounds OP.
It does sound OP. You can call upon the name of fire, make fire appear. That sounds broken as hell. It's an interesting idea for magic in a world, but it's well thought out. So recommended. Let's start recording. Let's get this bandwagon on the road. For your audience that's watching right now, we're gonna transition into the real show, the real deal.
Bleep, bloop, bloop, bleep.
Has everybody got Audacity ready?
I had it ready whenever you are, baby.
I'm gonna count from 5 to 1, and on 1 we are gonna hit record together.
Got it.
Not on go, on 1, just to specify.
On 1.
On 1.
All right, go.
All right, don't
Go.
listen to Scott.
Start goddamn counting.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
We did it. I'm proud of all of you.
How do you know? You don't know if I did it.
You don't know if we did it.
I mean, I'm
You
gonna.
just assume that we did it.
I believe in all of you.
Listen, you know what happens when you assume
You are.
things?
Putting a lot of thought into
Get
people.
shot.
Yeah, hold on. So should I hit this space?
shot.
Don't. Please don't, Scott. Not with me. I'm my stomach hurts. Did I eat something that was weird?
I don't
No,
know.
that was the fear of me hitting that space bar.
Yeah, it was. It was stomach dropped. I don't know. I don't know why my stomach is upset.
Hey, why do we gotta talk about food, man? You make me hungry. Come on.
I'm sorry. All right. Let me.
I ain't got no DiGiorno's, all right?
I'm saying. You gotta get on that.
I really do.
Is there anything else I need? All right, we'll roll right into it. It is Friday, February 23rd, 2018, and you are listening to the Irrational Passions podcast. I am your host, Alex O'Neill, and joining me this week, we have Scott Guthier, Tony Horvath, Brian Nabishin Jackson.
Aurora Borealis, at this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen.
And joining us this week, special guest, 2 years in the making, Joe Ruffler.
I'm a real boy, Mom.
You're here. You made it. You did.
I did.
We talked about all your cool stuff during the bonus content for folks who want to go seek that out. For folks who don't know, Joe, where are you? What do you do on the internet?
I am a full-time streamer.
Congratulations.
I stream things.
Where?
Mixer.
Okay. Mixer.com/ruffles.
Yes.
Yes. Crushed it.
Spell it.
Yep.
RUFFLES.
Yep.
Boom.
Changed the last letter in my last name.
Okay. Does Mixer have an E? Is it one of those things where it's like MIXR?
MIXER.
Okay, good.
Boom.
I just want to make sure. You can't trust these like video game websites.
Oh, I get you.
Handsome Phantom on Twitter at handsome, but there's no O in the word handsome, and then Phantom is spelled normally.
It's the best usernames. XX, I love, penis XX 79. I mean, it's just those are the names.
I mean, you gotta lay your stake in the ground, like claim your little piece of the internet as best you can. And sometimes it's XX, I love penis XI.
You have to sometimes. You gotta mix it up, man.
Thank you for coming on the show, Joe. I'm excited.
Yeah, sure, dude.
It's a long time coming. Ever since we shared a room with 10 other people at PAX.
That was rough, and I turned your fan off because I didn't believe you would actually wake up, and you did. I didn't believe you. I thought that you were bullshitting me.
It's literally, it is like it's connected to my nervous system
instantaneously.
Yeah,
it was literally, I clicked the off switch, and you immediately woke up. Instantly. I don't understand it.
I've been told. I don't know. I don't understand that. That's how codependent I am with the fan that I sleep with. That's all.
But then again, there was 10 of us in the room, so maybe it was like one of the other 5 people moving around that woke you up. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. You can believe whatever you want to believe, but the myth is real.
That is true.
I was told once.
I would know.
Yeah, that when somebody was turning off my fan, I reached out and grabbed their wrist once. I don't remember this.
Crazy.
But I've been told that happened, and I want to believe that it was true.
That's insane to me.
Yeah, it's all right. You put 11 people in a hotel room, you learn a lot about each other.
Yeah, you really do. I'm surprised none of us got deathly ill after that. I really am.
That's true. I didn't get sick that year.
I don't think any of us got PAX Pox somehow.
Oh, man. That is
I got it bad this PAX South, dude. 18 days.
18 days?
Yes, I thought I was dying.
Yeah, that sounds like pneumonia.
Yeah. Imagine trying to do that while streaming and you're just coughing every 5 seconds.
That sounds all right. Not really.
Awful.
We got a good show lined up for all you. Joe's here. Nabishin's back from his birthday vacation. It's gonna be good. We got video games to talk about.
Happy birthday, Tony.
Tony had a birthday. Happy birthday, Tony.
Happy birthday, man.
All of our February birthdays are now accounted for. And now it's just pretty much downhill until we all die, right? So that's how it works.
Dark, all right.
I'm kidding. It'll be great. It'll be good. We just a real quick housekeeping, IrrationalPod.com. If you want to go check the website out, some stuff went up. There's no episode of Input up. They talked about video games and gun laws. So nothing but really great, upbeat, happy topics. But they talked about kind of like the scapegoating happening right now and the things that you would kind of assume would come along with that. So go listen to that. That was Jarrett and Logan on that episode, no George, but go give a listen. Logan reviewed Old Man's Journey. It's up on the website. It is a kind of like visual adventure game on Switch and iOS and Android. It sounds really cool. It's like all kind of like art, like you're kind of like traveling through these images and these paintings. And he reviewed it on Switch, so it sounds cool. And Jared wrote a really cool feature about Trap Adventure 2 on iOS. Just kind of like the terrible, sadistic evil that is that game. It's actually a really good piece. I told him that he should do an audio feature of it at some point, but we'll see. Let's go check that out. IrrationalPatches.com. More stuff coming. Doing a lot of stuff every week now.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. It's gonna be we got cool stuff. If you haven't watched it, go check out the Monster Hunter World review that Mike did. Put a lot of work into it. We're still working on more video stuff, so that I think that's it for housekeeping. But let's jump right into it. Let's talk about some video games. Joe, what video games have you been playing? What have you been up to?
A lot of Fortnite. I'm obsessed. I can't stop.
Bro, you should play with me.
What do you play on?
PC.
I play on Xbox.
Well, never mind.
I can't play PC games. I'm a weirdo.
Does the mouse and keyboard frighten you?
I just don't. I don't know, man. I guess because I've been playing console my whole life. I just like
this last year's been real good for console.
I just
the whole console year.
Like I've done it. Like if there's a game I can't play on console, I'll play it on PC. But like I don't know, man. I just can't. I mean, I know I can plug the controller in, but it's just easier for me to use a console. I don't know.
I get it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, you're talking like Nobsh and I. We're staunch. I guess
the Sea of Thieves beta.
Okay.
I am clamoring for that game, which has crossplay, so that's fun. So that we can play together.
Okay.
PC and Xbox, you can do both. But that game is like.
Tell me about Sea of Thieves.
It's literally Pirate Simulator. Like you go on a big ship, you have 4 people. You have your captain, and then it depends on how you want to run it. Usually I'm the captain. And it's like, pull the sails down. Well, now I can't see anything in front of us because these giant sails. So you have to rely on whoever you put in charge of navigating to be like, hey, there's a rock. Unless you want to be like the people I played with last time. And like, dude, there's a rock. I'm like, all right, pull the anchor. And then all of a sudden we hit the rock. I'm like, why did you wait so long to tell me? Like, you literally have to navigate. And it's like, everything's fun about it. Like trying to park the boat perfectly is fun. Like it sounds dumb, but it's fun. And like you get a pirate map and it's like, figure it out, use the map, find the treasure, find the island, and just like you just sail there. And it's just like it's so rewarding when you find like some good loot. And then you want to literally throw your controller out the window when you find like the best type of chest, and then another crew comes up and sinks your ship and just fucks your day up, steals your loot, and then they just run away with your loot, and you're like, bro.
How, like, because I've not played any of the betas yet. I played like a little bit of the alpha, just to see what it like looked and felt like. How often are you like running into other players?
It depends. Like I noticed it way more in this last beta, where we ran into this group of people and they just hunted us down. Like they would not stop, dude. Like they had way better gear than us, and they were just like relentless. And we just had to like maneuver around and try and get away. But it varies. Like I would say it's not as common right now, but I do have a feeling that when the game officially comes out, you're going to see a lot more of that. I don't know the server sizes. I don't know if they've disclosed that at all. But they haven't really been like. They haven't been so public about like, hey, the beta's coming out. Go download it. It's like, hey, the beta's out today. And I didn't even know until I turned my stream on earlier. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
When? What?
They just put out like a very quiet message today.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And it's like, they're doing stress tests and everything. And there hasn't been a lot of glitches. There's a little bit when you do crossplay, but I'm sure that'll be ironed out. I mean, the game's coming out in about a month, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some stuff I'm sure they can patch in a month.
What are like the goals in Fortnite, like, or not Fortnite, Sea of Thieves? Like, what do you like? Are there quests? Are there?
Depends on what you want to do. I mean, it's like the whole premise is like you can get a basic quest that's free, or you can just try and find somebody to steal their crap. But you find some treasure, you go sell it, you get some money. There's like all these different like customizable, like you can get different haircuts and beards and jackets and different guns, and there's different weapons you can unlock, and like you can upgrade everything. Like it's like there's like a drink because you can just get hammered in the game, and it's the best drunk simulator I've ever played. And it's like you can upgrade your cup so you have a nice cup to drink out of, and like all that stuff. They've added more stuff, like the not this past beta, but the beta prior, it was literally just go find treasure chest, drop it off, done. And then they tease like, oh, there's these also skulls that you can find by like killing these like boss type skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
So you like hunt down these, and same way, like you have to go find out where they are and figure out the secrets to find them. But you fight like a couple waves of skeletons, and then like basically the pirate like boss skeleton or whatever comes out. You kill them, take their skull, and you're supposed to like sell it off to it's like witch lady, and I guess she gives you stuff. There's also other like factions. There's like all this stuff that they're not talking about, and I'm just excited to see what they do with it.
Yeah, there was like one trailer that they put out like that explained like the 3 different factions.
Yeah,
and it was very like I was like, oh, this feels like it's out of nowhere, but
it seems to me like it's going to be open world, legitimate, just pirate Destiny, and I'm all about it.
Yeah, would Destiny be the closest thing you compare it to?
More open world than that, but yeah, I mean I haven't played a lot of those types of games. Destiny was the one that hooked me mainly because of the loot grind, but that's what it seems like to me. It's just a really fun game to play with your friends.
Yeah. I'm just curious. Like, I hope the game is not totally miserable to play by yourself.
It's not. I've played it a little bit by myself. It's definitely way more fun to play with other people, though.
Yeah. Seems like it. See if maybe I can hunker down, find something to play with this weekend for this last beta. So I don't know if they're going to do another beta, so...
I think they said they're going to do another one in March before the game comes out, but there is, I believe at launch, it's going to be one-person crew where you can run your own boat, smaller boat. There's, I believe, going to be 2, 3, and 4-person crews. I don't know if they're going to go beyond 4, but it seems like they're giving a couple different options.
Yeah, I saw it because like when I jumped in, there's like the 2-size ship. There's like a full ship and then like a 1 to 2-person ship.
Oh yeah, and there's also Kraken.
Is it Kraken in the?
Yeah,
that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, I guess it'll screw your ship up. I don't know if you can beat it or not, but I never came across Kraken, but I know it exists somewhere in the ocean.
Dude, that's gonna be fun. Like I have like this. I would say I'm not afraid of the open ocean. I get like very uneasy though. If
I'm terrified of water.
Yeah. So you think it's just water as far as you can see in all directions? Like
if I can't see the bottom, I'm just like, no.
15-foot swimming pool. Yeah. I'm not getting that.
But I definitely do think the game's going to be way more like it's going to have way more exposure and it's going to be more popular. And I think people realize mainly because of the new Game Pass changes they've updated.
Yeah.
So I think that's also going to be a big thing where like a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I wasn't going to get the game, but let me get this Game Pass thing, even if it's for a month. You get all the games.
$10, give it a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a big deal. I think that'll do well for them. What else have you been playing? I'm just curious, just to backtrack to Fortnite real quick. What do you play on Fortnite? Do you do Battle Royale?
Yeah, Battle Royale.
Okay. You don't even touch that other main mode?
I played the main mode when it first came out, and it was fun for like a week and a half.
And
I just never played it again. It's just like, I don't know what it is. It's like, because I'm not in PUBG really, so I don't know if it's Battle Royale games or if it's just the building aspect of it, but I don't know, man. Fortnite's just fun. The game pisses me off a lot, because there's weird glitches and stuff that happen after they do updates, but like overall, like they've been so good at just keeping the game constantly updated with stuff. Like they just had the season 3 come out, so they just added like a whole bunch of new skins and pickaxes, and they updated the game and like added a new gun, and they've just been really on point with like updates. And
they put out
nice to see that
60 FPS mode for the original Xbox One and PS4 this week. So
yeah, that too, and that is really noticeable. Surprisingly, I didn't think I was going to notice it, but I was surprised that I did.
That at least made me curious to see what it looks and feels like when it runs that well. So
yeah. Well, they updated the graphics a while ago. They made it look way nicer.
That's good.
I believe like a month ago or so they made it, but Epic's been killing it with updates.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. There are a lot of people that are hungry for like a PUBG, but Fortnite's free. So
yeah,
the Battle Royale mode at least. So they have not a lack of player base. So
yeah.
What else have you been
playing? Just beat Hellblade.
Okay.
That was an experience.
What'd you think?
It was amazing. The directional audio in that game is insane.
Yeah.
Like it was literally like got to the point where I was streaming it and I was like, because I had my earbuds and it was like, I was like, the person on my left ear, that's Bethany. The person on my right ear is Barbara. Every time I was just like, shut up, Barbara. Bethany, get out of my head. I'm not doing with this right now. And it was like, I felt like I was going crazy playing that game. And it was like, that was just so cool. And it was like, it was a good length. It wasn't too long. The intro puzzles were a little ridiculous. I think they were a little too obnoxious and like too complicated. But after like, I'd say the first 2 hour mark ish,
when you go through the door,
it was a very good, like, it was difficult, but it wasn't too difficult. The pacing wasn't as bad. The beginning was rough for sure. But I am really happy I paced through it, because honestly, if I would have played it last year, it probably would have been my top 3. For game of the year. Honestly, I'm blown away I didn't play it when it first came out.
No, and like the performance especially is
the fact she wasn't an actress is just blows my mind. I just can't even. It's nuts.
It's a really cool game. There's nothing else quite like it in my opinion.
No, not at all. So it's really it's good.
Yeah, I'm glad you dug it. That was one that sat well with us last year. So, anything else?
I played a little bit of Kingdom Hearts 2 the other night. Final Mix, critical mode, beat Zemnis. No, not Zemnis. Zaldin.
That's one. He's the guy with the spears.
Yeah. He's a son of a bitch, man. I forgot. Like, he one-shots you.
Yeah.
Every time. Now, I also didn't realize till after I beat him that I was like 8 levels under-leveled at that point. So that was also my fault.
You're on critical mode, though. Like, everything's pretty miserable.
It was hard, man. But I had fun. It was good.
Yeah.
It was very good.
Listen.
Critical mode wasn't that bad, man.
Listen, you told me about your experience with that mode. It sounded miserable.
But Zaldin is also like the hardest boss in the game. Like, there's a reason why Mickey shows up as much as he does when you die in that.
It's true.
Mickey shows up
he shows up with most organization boss fights,
but Zaldin and Cerberus were the 2 ones that he shows up the most in that game. In the entire game, those are the 2.
Oh, right, because it's Zaldin's a hard fight, but it's not. He's just really punishing when you're not patient.
Yeah.
So it's in the. It took me, I want to say, 4 or 5 tries just to remember what he did and when.
Yeah.
And then after I was like, all right, now I know what he does.
He's also like the first like really hard fight in that whole game. Like. Everything up to that point is pretty easy, but everything like that's the first one where they actually throw a lot of different things at you in one fight.
Because I honestly thought Roxas was a lot harder.
Yeah, no,
like
Roxas,
a lot harder.
Roxas took you forever.
Yeah,
I mean that. All right, on critical mode, I could definitely see that.
Have you done the Final Mix before, Joe?
Yeah, I had Final Mix back on the PS2 with my little booklet. That was translated to Japanese stuff, so I could actually navigate the stuff in my top loader PS2 that was rigged with a rubber band.
Hell yeah,
I have all that shit, dude.
You're in good company here.
Yeah, I have all of them, dude. Final Mix.
I just didn't know if you had done all the extra stuff in Final Mix before.
So. Yes, I've beaten it pretty much entirely. I played it on the PS3 when they did the remaster there. Again, I'm doing it on the PS4 now. I just haven't really done critical mode in a long time. I'm finally just like, God damn it! All right, let's just do it.
The only thing like that would on the PS3, I'm now remembering on the PS3 version of the game, like the critical mode trophy is the only trophy I don't have for that game. I'm thinking about. I'm desperately thinking about going back and.
If you want to put in the effort of level grinding, it's worth it. The thing that was annoying is like when I first tried it, it was when I like first started streaming, I like no viewers at all, and I was like, I don't really care, fuck it, like let's play this. And like now, because I tend to let's play games on medium or easy depending on the game what it is, just to kind of get through the story, because like nobody really wants to watch you die over and over again. But when I first did critical, I was like, let's have a challenge, and now I'm like, why the fuck did I do this to myself?
Yeah.
Why?
Have you done all of the extra stuff in Final Mix before?
I have. In the past, yeah. I did. I beat with Terra. Yeah, I forget what they call it in the game, but yeah, Terra. Like I did all that stuff. Had to cheese it, but hey, when I say cheese it, I mean it's a strategy.
it's a valid.
You use the Fenrir Keyblade. You use all the negative combos. So you literally just do a jump thing. You just attack and attack and attack, and you beat them.
I
How's the 60 frames?
It's solid. Yeah. I don't notice that. I mean, I don't remember the last time. Like, I don't know.
It looks smooth. I like that.
It does.
I'll say like they're like PS2 emulator versions of that game where people add like a bunch of particle effects.
Yeah.
And that shit looks good.
It definitely does. I mean, you see it way more in the 2.8 game, like the little demo they added, than you do in the PS2 in the Kingdom Hearts 2 version. I'm more excited to finally actually go and do Birth by Sleep again because I have yet to play Birth by Sleep on a console. I played it on the PSP back in the day, and I still stand by that. If it controls better than it did on the PSP, which I'm sure it does, that would definitely be the better game in my opinion. Okay. But because of the way it controlled, I had to give it to Kingdom Hearts 2. But I guess we'll see when I finally decide to jump into that.
Okay. I am having played both on console. I think I prefer Kingdom Hearts 2. I just like the combat system in that game, like the whole drive system.
Okay.
Tell me. I know we talked about this on bonus content. I want to have it on the record.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts 3, 2018, yes or no?
It's not coming out.
All right, there it is.
I need a month and a day at E3, and even then I'll be skeptical, but I'll at least believe it then.
All right.
Because apparently Final Fantasy VII Remake's coming out this year too, and I don't know about that.
That's not true. That'll never.
Apparently it is.
I heard through someone. I've not been able to corroborate that they redid the combat system in Final Fantasy VII Remake.
It's gonna basically be the Final Fantasy 15 combat system, as far as I know.
Yeah, I heard that they might have.
Which is fine by me.
Backpedaled on that, so I don't know.
I don't care as long as it just. I like the idea of the new combat system. Just keep the story the same. Don't cut some dumb stuff out. Like, I think it could be good.
Yeah,
I like the idea of the revamped combat system.
Yeah,
I think a Final Fantasy 12 combat system. That one was solid.
Right. Kingdom Hearts is real good. Who's your favorite Kingdom Hearts character?
Roxas.
All right.
Definitive. That's definitive. That's not even you have to. No, that's
okay. I think Aqua is an acceptable answer. Somewhere out there, Justin Graffius.
Aqua is pretty good. I'll give you that.
Thanks.
Ventus is
an okay answer.
Ventus is
insane. Ventus, yeah, he has his ups and downs.
Do you prefer the cooldown system or the drive system?
Yes, this is the question.
Cooldown. I'm trying to remember what is the cooldown system from
again.
Like
how Birth by Sleep has you have your deck commands and they cool down.
So I haven't played Birth by Sleep in so long. I don't know if I can really give an answer on that correctly.
I feel like I prefer one. I prefer MP bars.
Hell yeah! Let's get deep
the
into
MP bars were great.
Honestly,
I prefer cards. God damn it!
No,
get the fuck out of here with this shit. You're a lying sack of shit. You know it. That game was tolerable at best.
It's got a great story.
It was a great story that gets wiped from existence.
No, the MP bars is fine. Is 2 your favorite Kingdom Hearts game?
Me?
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I already know where Scott and Nabishin are.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
You know where I am too.
Yeah, Tony likes all of them.
I do. I have to say that I do like in the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer that they are, they're talking about, Chain of Memories again. Like when Marluxia comes out, he's like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And he's like, "Who the hell are you?" You know me, baby. Yeah. He's like, "You remember when you killed me, motherfucker?" I love that they're going back to it. I really want to see what they're going to do with the story. I'm really excited. I'm worried they're not going to actually close the story. Like I want them to just end it.
Listen, man, go to my.
I don't want them to end, but I want it. I want to know.
If you, I have some pamphlets that you should read. Hashtag KH True Believers. If you go to KingdomHeartsTrueBelievers.net.
Okay.
I got some reading material. No, I mean I think they'll set it up for something new, but they will also like end the story that they've started. That's what I'm hoping for.
The Xehanort arc.
The Xehanort arc.
Yeah.
Anthology?
I'd like a Riku spinoff.
All
like
right.
in the Dark Zone. I could see that, like a cool little 10-hour thing.
Like a Riku Star Wars story.
Sure. Why not? I don't know.
All right.
Everybody likes Riku. Nobody dislikes Riku.
Nobody
Except for the
does that.
first game.
Yeah, I mean he sucks then, but like he gets so much better.
Yeah.
That is
He's
true.
a G. He's a
He's a
G.
G. He's a real homie. They
That's
hang
true.
out at the end of that on that beach at the end of the first Kingdom Hearts 2, and I'm crying. No,
I want them to just finally acknowledge the fact that Sora is secretly in love with Riku and just get it over with.
Yeah, guys, just kiss.
It's obvious. Just get it over and done with.
Doesn't matter. Just it's all right. We accept you.
It's 2018.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I'm saying. Just allow
it's
it to happen.
2018.
It's like I'm not saying that Riku doesn't have to like after Sora kisses him like smacks him or something, but like
Yeah, just let
make
it
it known. Just make it known that Sora like it's obvious.
Yeah, guys, come on.
You don't cry at Riku's feet and then give Kyrie a hug and be like, "Hey, what up, girl?" Like, come on, dude. No, that's not how that works.
Mark it. This is Kingdom Hearts predictions.
To be fair, he thought Riku might have been dead.
You
Yeah.
didn't know where Kyrie was either.
He knew Kyrie got kidnapped. He didn't know what happened to Riku.
Yeah, but he didn't know if Kyrie got killed by the kidnapper.
It's true.
She was up there. She said, "Sorry, you're there."
I just love.
We're going too deep in this. I'm sorry.
He's right though. I love the back-to-back reactions of like, "Oh, Kyrie, how's it going?" And then just crying and Riku's. All right. Anything else you've been playing, Joe?
Lately that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I just been like, I'm trying to think if I played anything else. I played
Sorry,
something. I know I'm doing Undertale on the 1st. I've never played it before.
You never played it? Okay.
No, I'm really excited. So
It's a good
go.
Well, you're already fucked up.
I fucked up. Why? Because I've never
no
played
expectations.
it. No, I have nothing.
No, it's that was our 2015 game of the year
Really? It came out that long ago?
on
Fuck,
PC.
man. For the longest time I thought Undertale was what's the farming game?
Stardew Valley.
Yeah, I forever thought it was that. I thought that's what it was. I
Boy,
actually have Stardew Valley on my Switch and I haven't played it yet. I need to.
also a great game.
That's what I've heard. I've seen Frank play it and it looks boring, but he said that it's boring to watch and it's fun to play, so we'll see.
That's actually the truest shit anyone said about Stardew Valley.
Yes,
launch
I
fun
mean
to play.
it's definitely not a streaming game unless
Yeah,
the focus is something else.
yeah, I can see that.
Unless you like your audience has a goal, like you need to fall in love
Unless, of course, you start it when multiplayer comes out.
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
I can see that.
Some
I,
point.
I like cranking the music and kind of jamming out.
Stardew Valley's got some good music, I'll say.
Oh, so I would mute that shit immediately and crank the music.
Burn it to the ground.
Yeah,
It's just got some jolly tunes, man. The summer music is very good.
my playlist is fire. Like
All
my
right.
playlist is damn good.
All right, man. I don't doubt it. Nabashin, video games. What you been playing?
Bidget games.
So like I said earlier, like I bought a whole bunch of shit and I didn't really actually play them.
Okay.
Like I wish I did. Like I didn't go back to Celeste. Bought Owlboy, didn't really play that. For Switch.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
so I mean I'm excited to go back to that game, but like I just haven't played anything yet. Bought the BioShock collection, didn't even start that up yet.
That's a weird pull. The BioShock collection. Were you like thinking about it or something?
Bro.
Yeah, like it was on sale. It was like less than $20, and like I was like, oh, I got room on my Xbox One for it, so like sure. And like I actually have been thinking about Infinite lately for some reason. Oh, I know the reason why, because I just watched Gerard the completionist, and he did like a video on Infinite. He really enjoyed that game, so like and then I was like, man, yeah, I did really like that game back in 2013 when it came out.
Oh yeah.
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, so it was like I just been thinking about it again. And I still never really actually got into BioShock the original, so
Got it.
So maybe I wanted to give that a try again. So well,
Sure.
like if it ever gets around to it, like I would like to play that game.
Okay. I'd be curious to see what you think of it. I know it's first person, so it might rub you a little bit wrong there, but
Yeah, but it's story based, so like I think I'll get it.
Okay, can we ask the important question though?
mm-hmm.
BioShock 1 or BioShock Infinite?
For me personally, I prefer BioShock 1.
Okay, good. You're not done.
I think I'm the only person here that has played both. So
Really?
Yeah, I just skipped Infinite.
Oh yeah, Scott really likes Bioshock 1.
I was just saying, Bioshock 1 is like it's so fucking good, man.
I think it's really good. Yeah, I think it holds up too.
I play through that game like at least once a year.
Mm-hmm. I like it's definitely like a little rough around the edges as far as like the shooting, but it's got a real good shotgun. So
it's got a real good shotgun.
So, what else, Option?
So I beat Mass Effect on Xbox One, and then like I remembered that I never got the platinum for the PS3 version, so I went back and got that.
Ooh, congratulations! You can put it to rest.
Yeah, so I'll never have to play that fucking version again because that version is really really rough. But like yeah. And so I immediately went to Mass Effect 2, which I'm really really enjoying again.
Such a good game.
So good.
Yeah, still like one of my favorite games of all time. It's just just everything about it. Like the only thing like that's really like even like remotely bad about the game is just like Shepard's face. Like really.
Yeah.
It's like Shepard's face.
I don't know. Hold on. That's a pretty scathing review.
It's not that bad.
I mean, like it's Shepard's face and that awkward moment when he meets up with Liara again, and then like they do that kissing scene, but that looks so weird and awkward, and like those are the two parts that just stick out to me.
So good.
But like because like when Shepard looks at you, he just looks weird.
He looks through you.
Yeah, he really does.
He really does.
But like that game's fantastic though. Regardless. I'm just like halfway through it. Like I just got Grunt on my team, so like that whole scene getting him out of his crowd center and like him pushing you against the wall, and then like and then you're making a deal with him, and then like he notices you have a gun pulled on him and stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, Mass Effect is so good.
Yeah,
it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been great going back through that game because like I actually looked through my save files to like see like literally when was the last time I played through the entirety of Mass Effect 2, and it has been since I did my entire year of this playing Mass Effect, so like it had to been like since 2013 since I actually went through the games.
When did Mass Effect 2 come out?
2010.
Damn, so that's when I played it. Holy shit.
Yep.
8 years? Thanks, time for a replay.
Oh shit, that is 8 years.
That's crazy to think about.
Put that all together. I said the date and it didn't even sink in.
Holy crap.
Yeah, January 2018 or 2010, sorry.
Crazy. So it's more than 8 years. What?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. That's when I played it too. I played Mass Effect 2 first. Everybody knows I'm a weird boy.
I was very happy with that platinum.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
That's I've been thinking about playing Mass Effect 2 a lot recently. I'm just let you know, Option. That's a good video game.
Dude, this going through it again has been like literally the best. And like even this week, Katie went back to playing it again a little bit. She's like literally the mission right before she gets on the Mako for the first time, and I'll have to explain to her like this is like the next biggest hurdle you have to get over. It's like driving the Mako and all that.
If you want to quit when you see this thing, I don't blame you.
Exactly.
Like I understand.
But like she's totally like just getting it though. She's getting it. She's like I was saying like when she like actually got on the Normandy was her ship and everything like that. I was saying to her like, oh, like you know, like you can talk to people. You don't really have to, but like I would say that's like about like 60% of the game. Like for you to like have these conversations with people. And she's like, oh yeah, this is like Dragon Age Inquisition, so I get it. And like she started like talking to Tally and Garrus and stuff like that. And she just said to me like just randomly like, man, I really just want to bang Garrus. And I'm like I'm like
good news.
I'm like good news and bad news. Like you can eventually, but this one you can't. She's like, oh god damn it. So like she's excited for that, and it's
excited to play the alien. Why not?
Yeah. The Garrus romance scene in Mass Effect 2 though is so good. It's so worth it.
It's so good. But yeah, just going through it has been like just going through these games again has just been really really good. It's been a very positive light in my life going through this life again. It's kind of like when I was going through like Persona 4 again when when I was a manager and at that really dark place. When I was the manager for a while, and I took much Persona 4 again, and it really brought like the sunshine to my dark life. Like this is doing it again with Mass Effect, go to the Mass Effect game. So like I've really been enjoying that a lot.
Yeah, I do. I totally get that. I've been having that experience with one of the games I've been playing. So,
other stuff I've been playing more Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Still phenomenal. Still love it. Try to get Mark on that so like we can play together. Especially since Brawly's coming now. Mark's a huge fan of
Broly.
Yeah, he's a huge fan of Broly. So I'm like,
the only one. So like,
yeah, he literally is the only one.
You're a rare breed.
Yeah,
he loves that man, baby. He loves that literal man, baby.
He's fucking Bio Broly is his favorite. Man,
Broly's a weird character.
Fuck Broly. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
Yeah, I agree, but like Broly's like the one character that's canon and not canon at the same time.
Yeah,
like he's canon in existence, but he's the version that we know of him is not canon. It's weird.
Broly's. I mean, I can't blame anyone for that though. I think he'll be good in fighters. Like in all fairness, because like that game seems good at playing into the strengths of those characters, but we'll see.
For sure. Other than that, more Shadow of the Colossus. I should be on the Tiny Titan or Tiny Colossus, I should say. The first time,
one, right?
Yeah. So like still enjoying that game. It's weird too because I'm playing it in two ways. Because I'm playing on hard on in the cinematic mode just to like have the full experience of that, but at the same time like I go back and like redo the Colossi in the 60 frame per second mode just because I can, and it looks great doing it that way. So I'm just playing that game twice and I'm enjoying it just because of that.
I just did a quick Google search, and did y'all know that there was a Broly Dark that went Super Saiyan 4 in the non-canonical Dragon Ball GT universe?
Let's just definitively say that Dragon Ball GT is that should have never existed.
Listen, man, I think GT is fun.
I
just didn't know that there was a Broly Dark is.
He's not in GT at all.
Okay, I'm looking at a picture of Broly Dark Super Saiyan 4. I just like
OC.
I don't know. It's on a Dragon Ball wiki, so it literally anything goes. It's from Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Is that a video game?
That is a video game. Those are the video games in Japan where they just go like ham with everything as far as like Dragon Ball. Okay. They're really interesting too. Like if you look at the intros for Dragon Ball Heroes, like they go insane with it. Like you'll see like the fused version of Gotenks. And like you can see the adult version. It could be adult Trunks, adult Goten. You can see what he looks like as an adult Goten. So it's cool shit like that.
That sounds all right.
Yeah, it's like a lot of cool shit like that. It's just like that's just like a fanfic game, and like they're great just because of that. But yeah, that's just like stuff like that.
Okay.
But like other than that, like the other game the main game I've been playing is Bayonetta on Switch.
Hell yeah.
And like playing it on Switch is a fucking game changer, dude. It's like for so many reasons. Like number one, the suspend feature. So it's like you can suspend anytime you want. You just come back to it and whatever. And obviously the portable mode. I got to play it while watching something else at the same time. It is great. It is great doing on that. Like it's still not the best version per se, because like the frame rate is better and everything than like it was on 360 and especially on Wii U. But like it looks kind of blurry on a TV screen. Like it looks great on portable mode. You know, you guys 720 on tiny screen, that's great. That's the thing, that's amazing. But like when you look at it on like a big screen TV, it's still 720, so it doesn't look as great as it probably should be.
Okay.
So like and like the frame rate still dips. It's not a solid 60 the entire time. Like I would still say the best version to play Bayonetta on would probably still be the Xbox One version with backwards compatibility.
Okay.
Because you know that enhances the game and like keeps the frame rate steady and like gets rid of screen tear and stuff like that. So like it's pretty great on that version. But like you know, like it's just great playing on it, like with all the extra costumes and everything else. Like I just love that game. That game has been so good just to replay through again. Just like with Mass Effect, it's just something just like I'm just super enjoying, like more than I even enjoyed it before, just because like I'm playing it in a certain this weird kind of way, what makes it feel relatively new to me again, and like just going through everything again. Because like the thing with Platinum games is like Platinum games, I should say, is like the first playthrough is always the hardest playthrough because it's like you're desperate before you're getting like all your extra stuff and everything. So like that's where the actual struggle is, and you have to like buy the stuff to unlock to like get like super wish timer or whatever that you need, or extra techniques and abilities. And but once you like the new game plus and like everything else with all your new stuff and everything like that, it's just like so much fun to mow through all the enemies. And if you really want to challenge, like bring up the difficulty if you want to. It's just super fun. I'm enjoying like it so much more.
If you've not played it, would you recommend this version, or would you still say kind of seek out the Xbox version?
Switch is a great version, honestly. Like I said, like there's nothing wrong with that version. In fact, it has a lot of benefits with the portable system, being portable, and the suspend feature. Like you can't really suspend games on Xbox One, unfortunately, because it's still backwards compatibility. When you like put it on sleep mode or whatever, it'll just like turn the game off. So you'll still have to do the whole loading screen and go through the credits and stuff like that. So the Switch version is a great version. It's the second best version, I would say, and I really enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really great.
Have you looked at 2 at all just to see how it runs yet?
No? Not yet. I just want to finish 1 before I get to 2 because I know 2 is just going to be just top notch for me.
Yeah, cool. Anything else, Anderson?
No, that's pretty much everything.
Cool. Scott.
Nope.
Nope. Nothing.
Nope.
Oh no. Tony.
I tried Fortnite with Tony. That's about it.
Okay. Then let's roll right off that one, Tony. Video games.
So I played a lot of this Fortnite game this week.
Are you playing Battle Royale?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know the other part of the game.
Okay. What do you think?
I actually really enjoyed it. It's very different from PUBG, and I think it's refreshing since all I'd played for hours and hours had been PUBG. So just having even just the basics of everything changed has been really neat.
Yeah, the only I'll say having gone between them, the shooting feels really weird, and
I think it takes a little bit to get used to.
Yeah.
Okay, so the best way I can put it is that it is arena shooting.
Yeah, that's actually a good way to put it.
Because I'm pretty sure Epic is the guys who did Unreal Tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels a little like Unreal Tournament should probably just be Unreal Tournament.
Yeah.
Not,
I mean,
Fortnite Battle Royale.
Yeah, Fortnite is.
It's a little different.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
It reminds me too much of Unreal Tournament for me to actually like it because it's not.
Okay, that's fair. Well, as fair as it can be. Yeah,
it's pretty not fair.
that's why I caught myself. What are you getting way into the switching between building stuff, Tony, and then shooting guns and
so I think it took me a little bit, right? Because a lot of it is you have to wrestle with key bindings and just getting good at doing things fast. But I'm at the point where I can switch between any of my inventory slots and any of the building materials, without even really having to think about it, which I think is pretty required for playing that game because the way that you play Fortnite is so much more aggressive than PUBG. Mm-hmm. PUBG is
super passive. You land somewhere, you try and find stuff. You might fight 2 dudes, and you just try and stay in the circle. I mean, you can move so much quicker on the Fortnite map, and the map itself is so much smaller that I think the game is more centered around engagements rather than preparation for an engagement.
Okay.
So because of that, to kind of even further that, they give you building, right? So it's not like you have to hide in cover and just make sure that you are at all times in an advantageous position and just in case someone sees you. You can make your own advantageous position
on a second's notice if you get shot at, or you see someone who you can build that base and build that cover, and you can use your buildings to get on top of people, get around people, to protect yourself from multiple angles. It's interesting. Like it really gives the entire game a different dynamic. And all of that, being able to do that and make kind of have it be second nature, I think really enhances the feel of that game, because it's at the point where if I hear shots coming near me, I put up walls and build a base before I even know where they are. And I think a lot of that kind of plays into the difference between this game and PUBG. I think the shooting makes more sense when you approach it from a less passive standpoint. In PUBG, like you're gonna look down the sight of your gun, you're gonna fire at the guy. The guns feel more like a gun rather than an arena gun, and but I think that it kind of makes sense for Fortnite to have that quicker paced. Kind of more, the guns are very much more approachable, I think.
Okay.
There are 5 different guns, I think. 5.
Yeah.
Because they just added one. You pick up one, and the only differences between them is the rarity of them, and the rarity kind of makes their stats a little bit better. So you might find that a purple assault rifle is a little bit more accurate than like the common one that you find.
Okay.
So it kind of dumbs it down in some areas in order to make it more complicated in others, where you have that whole building system and you have to gather materials, and the entire environment, all of the buildings and stuff are destructible. You can just break them down and get into stuff. You get a majority of your loot by opening chests that a lot of the time are hidden in the environment and like under the rooftops of buildings, or like under buildings in secret areas. So I think you have to learn the area that you're planning on landing in, and just as you go, you'll pick up more knowledge to like, hey, I know that there could be chests here, this is probably a good spot to go check. Or you just are able to be more strategic, but at the same time the game feels much faster. So
you get that pretty cool, this glider
the glider is so much different than parachuting down in PUBG. Like,
it's pretty cool.
You can from any point on the map get to any point on the map by using your glider and parachute and skydiving the right way. And like it's pretty normal to, if the bus, which it's a bus not a plane that you're flying in on in Fortnite, if the bus is in the middle of the map, you can get all the way out to the edge of the map, no problem. Like it's actually kind of almost recommended that if you are trying to get to a specific place, you drop about like 2 squares. The map is divided into squares. 2 squares away from that, so you have time to get low down to the ground, so that you're landing on time with other people. So that, say you land next to someone, you have time to grab that gun before they grab the gun, look up at you, still parachute down, and shoot you out of the sky. So yeah, it's neat. I am enjoying the faster pace of it compared to PUBG. And they also just happened to start a new competitive season, or I don't know if it's really competitive season, but they have this season model where every 2 months they put out a new battle pass that gives you opportunities to level up, earn like in-game cosmetics and stuff, and complete challenges in order to do so. And then they just rolled out season 3. Was it yesterday?
I believe it was yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah. So there's a whole bunch of new stuff. They just added a skin that turns you into John Wick. That's
all
pretty
right.
Cool.
That sounds all right.
Yeah,
you got to hit level 100 to hit John Wick though.
Yeah. I mean, the only people I've seen who have it are like the 2 streamers that have like 50,000 viewers on Twitch. They just leveled up to level 50, then bought the other 50 tiers.
That sounds about right.
But yeah. It's neat. There's some cool stuff in there, so it's been fun to to learn the game in like 4 days before the new one, and then this new battle pass came out, and now I can kind of also have like these goals to do. Like one of the things is to, hey, logged in today, great, get 2 pistol eliminations, or hey, do 1,500 damage with a pistol or something like that. So it's cool to have those kind of sub goals to supplement the gameplay.
Would you say your hashtag goals?
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously.
Why did you think anything different?
Yeah, true. My bad. That sounds all right.
Yeah,
Like-
it's been good. I need to get Scott back in there because I kind of got mad at Scott earlier because I was like, "Hey, let's try this," and he was like, "Okay." Then he did that Scott thing where he plays like for 10 minutes and was like, "Yeah, I hate this," and then which
Yeah,
he does with like 90% of games. I want you to know. So, and like I think it's less of that Scott didn't like it that I was not okay with. It was more like, "Come on, dude! Like you hadn't built a base at all yet. Like you haven't experienced more than 10% of this game. Let's hold off on judgment for like maybe another 5 minutes." You know,
We played for a good 30 minutes. We dropped in 6 times.
I mean, yeah, that just means you suck.
Damn.
I mean,
too, though. Me
suck
too,
just
though.
as much.
You definitely learn like the ins and outs as you play it. Like, I mean, even if like say you're falling down like a cliff, as like you can literally build a floor that jets out from the wall, so you can kind of make like a makeshift staircase. Like, there's all kinds of weird things.
I think that going into it and expecting it to be PUBG, and then when things are a little bit different than PUBG, like being like, "Oh, well, this is dumb," you know, or this mechanic doesn't work correctly because it's not what the other game in this category is doing, is kind of a weird way to analyze a game. And I think that kind of writing it off so early kind of ticked me off, but otherwise it was fine.
Listen, you do you, Scott. You
Just
chase
spank
your
'em.
boss.
I'm gonna write it off harder.
I guess like I played Fortnite before I had ever played PUBG. But that was like, again, when it was very early. Hearing like Joe, you mentioned some of the changes they've made recently makes me want to at least check it out and see what it's like now versus like when like September, October when I played it initially. So
This new update has fixed so many bugs. It makes me so happy.
Cool. It's just it's like, people walking around in bushes with guns sticking out of it.
It's so funny.
The game's weird. Has it? I'll ask you this, Tony. Has it piqued any interest to play the other Fortnite mode?
So I have a friend who has it and has asked me a couple times to play it. I don't know anything about it, but I mean, like, I'm not necessarily against it. I don't think I ever was really necessarily against it. But it hasn't. I guess the only other thing about that is like it hasn't made me not want to play it.
Okay.
So it'll be free, I believe, June.
Yeah,
when they're making it free, something like that.
After 1 year.
Fair enough.
Early access. So, what else have you been playing, Tony?
Been playing that. Been playing Black Desert Online.
All right.
I did want to ask Scott, what did you get from your luxury box today?
I got some sharps.
I got hearts. So they had this this attendance event, which it's a free to play ish game. So they have what every free to play or free to play ish game has, where every day you log in and you get a reward for that day. It's an incentive to keep logging in, right? Though I mean, all of Black Desert Online is built around playing AFK, so everyone's online all the time anyway. So it's a weird to have both of those systems, but it's just a way for them to give the community basically welfare to support their economy, because a lot of their economy is event driven.
That's weird.
Where there are some materials that are necessary for gameplay that are only really readily available when they give us an event that makes it available. It's a bizarre economy. Because there's no player-to-player trading. Items are not bound, so anything can be sold, and your level 1 character can equip the armor of your level 60 character. But you can't choose the price that you want to sell the item at, but in a specific range, and it's set, and it fluctuates very little over time based on market values, but it's capped at a minimum and a maximum price per item. So their economy is in a place where, like, even though there are specific enhancement items that are impossible to get off the marketplace, they're so in need, you can't hike the price up on them, to as an economy you normally would. If something's in high demand, there's not a lot of supply, price goes up. That's how economics work. But you can't do that. You can only maximum price sell these things, and that's with any item in the game. Like, there are very, very, very rare items that you could sell that are worth maybe 10 to 15 times what they're able to be sold for on the marketplace, but you just can't do it. So anyway, because of that and the fact that their whole economy is now subsidized by the events that they put in the game, this attendance reward was an interesting one, because it was log in every day and you get this reward. The actual rewards throughout the month don't really matter, but if you get to day 31 within the month, so you logged in every single day, they give you this box that in Korea, on the Korean server, you can purchase from an NPC in game for 50 million silver apiece, which is a substantial amount of money. So they gave us one of these, one to every player if you logged in for the entire month. And it can give you anything from some decent stuff worth about 20 million in silver to stuff worth like 12 to 15 billion. But those things are like 0.001% chance to get from the box. And then like the thing that's worth the least is 65% chance. You know, it's one of those. So anyway, everybody in the game got one of those today. So I was curious to see if Scott had gotten anything good. No one that I know has gotten anything, you know, worth more than 100 million silver from the box. But there has been like one guy on the North American server, I think, who got one of those 0.001% chance items, and fuck that guy. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on.
It's fine. Yeah.
No, fuck that guy. So that's kind of what's going on in Black Desert Online. The game's still good. I don't know why, but I like it.
Listen, man, as long as you're honest with yourself about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Gen skills come out next week, which are like an improvement to pre-awakening skills. Like you get away. It's kind of like you become a new class when you get to level 56 because you unlock your second weapon with a whole new set of skills that you only use from there. In order to bring the previous original weapon back into line with the power of your awakening weapons, they added this system in KR like 6 months ago called Jin skills, or translated absolute skills, which some skills from the first skill tree become like 12 to 15 times more powerful in order to bring them in line with your other weapon, so that you would then be incentivized to switch between your weapons and use other skills. Those come out next week. But
the real stuff we've been waiting for.
It's crazy because like they've been done in the Korean server and ready to come here for like months.
Listen,
and it's every patch is like, hey, where are these? You know?
You gotta keep the carrot on the stick.
I guess.
So much fun next week.
But here's another thing, like, and
have you heard about my
stop
spear?
me at any point because I could talk about this for a long time. Because there's a lot of bullshit going on.
I'm attacking right now.
Online.
I've heard about Scott's
right
spear,
now.
but
have you heard about my spear?
Is it? Let me ask you a question, Scott. Is it awakening? Is your spear about to wake the fuck up?
Scott's awakening weapon is a giant like cloud sword.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, we did talk a lot about Black Desert Online last week. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah. I mean, there's some stuff going on.
In the unawakened form, I get to throw basically a dark energy spear.
Okay.
And when the absolute skills comes out, this energy spear chunks people for half their health.
Okay.
And I could just toss it like every 10 seconds.
That sounds all right.
So you can pretty easily one-shot people with the spear.
All right. I'm excited for you guys. I know you've been waiting for, so just some more shit to talk about in Black Desert Online. Heaven knows we just don't talk about it enough, in my opinion.
You don't.
Hit my microphone.
But hey, here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, let's bring out all of these skills. The problem is 90% of the player base is not going to have enough skill points, which is essentially the second part of leveling your character, to even use these skills. So it kind of doesn't even matter.
But you will.
No, I don't. I will not.
Okay.
I will.
Scott will, because he's only ever played his one character, which is fine. I think that's probably the better path. I've played every character pretty much.
How many characters do you have, Tony?
The maximum, so 14.
Jesus.
But I mean, also, I'm not going to get into it, but you're incentivized to have all of them filled.
Okay, all right. Listen.
Yeah, you are. I have
like
almost all the slots filled as well. I just don't play them. I just play the warrior.
Long story short is the character that I am playing is the newest class that was released. There was a whole thing. We talked about that forever ago.
Mm-hmm.
But so they've made all these improvements or buffs really to the amount of experience you get, or the amount of experience required to get from point level A to level B. But the one thing that they never change is the amount of skill experience that you need to unlock your skill points. So back in the 6 months ago, when we leveled a character from 1 to level 60, you'd have somewhere in the range of 1,200 to 1,400 skill points. if in my case, when I leveled my character, the new one from 1 to 60, in the time where all of these experience buffs were already applied, I got to level 60 with about 800. And so that extra 400 skill points is the big difference that's going to just, you typically need about 1,200 skill points just to get all of your level 60 skills anyway. Mm-hmm. So I'm already kind of behind the curve there and still trying to catch up, because that's part of the leveling curve has not been buffed or changed or at all. So it still reflects the old experience values. So they're adding this new system that requires an additional like 600 to 700 skill points. Yep. So at this point, I'm like, I have like half of what I need instead of almost all of it. So anyway, that's like the whole, like a lot of the player base is not going to be able to use a lot of these skills. So it's just going to be interesting for a while. I think.
I'm one of the people who's going to be able to do it. Okay, so the thing about the spear is that it is, when they first came out, it was broken for a month. It did way more damage than I said it originally did.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just an absurd long range skill that has absolutely no place on my character.
Those are the most fun though.
So
that's true.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I'm excited then.
So it's got to be this one thing where it's when did this guy have any sort of power whatsoever?
Okay. All right.
And then they're going to get one shot from almost out of sight range.
Miles away, yeah.
Out of sight range.
Got it. Well, I'm hopeful that you'll get your skill points up, Tony.
You don't understand. Like, it's a like 35+ hour grind.
Yeah, but like you've put over like 5,000 hours in that game.
I don't have the amount of time that I used to, bro.
Listen, I believe in you.
I wish I did.
Yeah, no. He will not have those skills anytime soon.
Sounds like some quitters. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I'm still going.
No, I'm just kidding, Tony. Please stop playing this game. I want you guys off of this. Like,
it's like I believe in you, man.
Anything else you've been playing, Tony?
So okay, hear me out.
Okay.
I installed League of Legends.
Oh my god.
Why?
Not again. Not again.
Look, I said hear me out, right? The game is no longer on my computer.
Okay.
But I installed it because a friend of mine was like, "Hey, you want to play some League of Legends?" And like he knows that I am not a League of Legends fan. But I was like, "Look, dude, because you keep asking me, I'm gonna install this game and we're gonna play like 1 or 2 rounds, and I'm gonna remember how shit this game is, and I'm gonna uninstall it."
14 hours later.
No, he's like, "Okay." And then an hour and a half later, which is 2 games of League of Legends, I installed the game. So. Game's still not my thing anymore. Was at one point. Used to play a lot of that, but like, whatever. I'm over it.
Back in the 2012 days of Irrational Passions podcast.
Yeah, damn. But yeah, I don't know. I was at the point where it was like, all right, look, I'm down to to give this another shot. And hey, if I'm wrong and it's still fun and I want to play some more, I'm wrong, and I'm okay with admitting that. But it wasn't the case this time.
Okay. You've like fallen off all MOBAs though. Currently.
Yeah. I mean, I would still play Dota 2. I just don't have the group of people to play with.
Yeah, so. I get you. Cool. Was that all you've been playing?
That's pretty much it.
I played some video games. I played a little bit more Shadow of the Colossus. I'm still like very slowly working my way through that game because I'm savoring it. I'm enjoying it. I got through the bird for your reference, Nabashin. That's definitely. Did you tweet out that it was like that is like the big moment for that game?
Yeah, I think that's the moment where it's like the culmination of like what that game really is.
Yeah. Is the bird the one that swoops down and kind of goes in the water and then comes back up?
Yep.
I
Colossus
raged and quit that game one night on stream. I was so drunk. It was.
Was it that fight?
Dude, I was so drunk that I was just like finally just like I just literally just let my guy tread in the water for like an hour, and I was like, I just cursed off the game for like an hour, and then I was like, done.
That's awesome. Done. It's so weird for me. Me. It triggered. #triggered. I think like the other flying Colossus is probably even more incredible. But yeah, that's like the first one that is like so much spectacle.
Yeah, because it's like it's figuring out how to do it, then when you actually do it, it's like, oh, I can do this, and oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then like as soon as you do it, it's like, holy shit, this is the right idea type of thing. So
yeah. And it's like the giant wings are flapping. It's super awesome. It's so weird because like I've played that game so many times that like I can finish most of the Colossus in like under 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like it's almost like I should have played on hard option, just like it's almost like it's not fun anymore.
That's exactly why I started on hard, because of that reason.
Yeah,
I've
but
never played it before.
Oh, cool. Have you gotten past the 5th one yet?
No, I haven't played it since I raged that night. I'm gonna go back to it at some point.
You should. It's really good.
I liked it up until that point.
Yeah, it's just like I'm so familiar. Like I know all of the, like the 4th Colossus, like the weird like little gazelle looking one.
Yeah.
That, like leans down and looks into the holes, and then you like sneak up behind it and jump on its back. It's like I remember figuring that out for the first time, how long that took me. But now it's just like, once you know it, you know it.
Yeah.
The only one that is like, there are 2 Colossi that I think are like, even if you know what to do, it is still difficult to do. And that's the one that goes like through. It's like I think it's like the 14th. It's the one that goes through all the big arches, and you have to like, get on top.
That one's the bitch.
That one's really hard. And then obviously the last Colossi is a war of attrition. Like it is very, very. It's a very long and difficult fight. But yeah, like because we were talking about last week, Tyler Tree sent a really good question of like, does the time attack mode like take away from that game because it is such a video gaming mechanic in this like very solemn, like there's a purpose to these things that are not of fighting these things that's not video gamey. Does having like this strictly very gamey rewards mode take away from that game? We ultimately said it like it didn't, just because it is something that is totally optional and totally extra. And you do get cool things for doing it. It's a different way to engage with the game.
Right.
But because I had done those time attack modes, like I'm so used to just like as fast as possible taking down these things. So maybe it has just ruined me as a human.
Probably.
But still, like the beauty of that game is not lost on me. It's really cool. Looks fucking good. God.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Damn. I can't imagine what it looks like on your TV now, Mishin, but
Real good.
yeah. I don't know what made me want to, but I started playing Majora's Mask on 3DS again. And it's funny, like the day after I started doing it, the Game Grumps started playing Majora's Mask. And I was like, awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. You should check it out, Scott. They're 5 episodes in already, so
7.
They're 7. Okay. I had a temptation. I've been one of my favorite DJs, DJ Joe. He put out an album covering, like doing remixes of a bunch of Zelda music, and he did like a Majora's Mask remix that like no one ever does remixes of the songs from that game, which is a shame. That might have my favorite Zelda soundtrack. I've been thinking about that a lot this week. That like the music in Majora's Mask might be my favorite Zelda music.
Is that how haunting it is and same thing?
It is very haunting. It's like it's so much more. There's so much more feeling in it. Like I think like there's an epicness to a lot of the Zelda soundtracks, but like there's so much emotion in the Majora's Mask soundtrack. It's so solemn and so sad.
This is still there.
Yeah, it is like the Song of Healing is so poignant. Oath to Order is so poignant. It's just like there's a lot of amazing music. But I've been thinking about like Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, and Majora's Mask are the 3 best Zelda soundtracks, I think. And they're all like very good. So yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot this week. But yeah, it's the second time I've played Majora's Mask 3D. So like especially now I started watching the Game Grumps play, the original N64 version. So now it's like I have this nice point of comparison of like the old version versus the new version, like back to back.
Yo, that game looked like shit.
Yeah. This game's ugly as hell. God. Watch the Game Grumps Majora's Mask. I only watched the first episode, but I'm like, I'm in. Let's go. Yeah, it's like because I have played through the N64 version so many times, like just immediately going back to that one and seeing like the mapped out Clocktown is like, it was like, whoa, I forgot this game is so weird. I went through the first dungeon. Like that's another thing where I'm playing it again and I know that game so well that like I have like this optimized route that is just ingrained in my body. Like it's just muscle memory. So like before the end of my like first cycle out, like doing like the first dungeon, it is like I'm halfway through day 3. I finished the dungeon. I finished the Skulltula house. I've like 7 hearts already instead of the starting 3, and I've like got the maxed out quiver, and I'm like, man, like I've kind of like turned this game into a science, and I both hate and love it. It's just like it's that and Shadow of the Colossus back to back have like show me how my terrible habit of replaying video games all the time is ruining video games for me.
And even speaking about both those games are like games that challenge you in like in a different way, not really like in a social way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, do in like an emotional way, I should say. But like more of a gameplay type of way too, or they put they put their feelings into the gameplay. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, there is a weight to the things that you do in those games.
Yeah,
especially Shadow of the Colossus. I think like Majora's Mask, it is more of like the actions you take versus like the actual physical controls. But yes, these are very similar games about death and kind of the rebirthing cycle of life and death. Yeah, I talked about it with my brother recently, and yeah, it's just like there's no video game that's like Majora's Mask, not entirely. Like weirdly enough, Dead Rising 1 is the closest comparison I think to Majora's Mask.
Really?
Yeah, because like you kind of play and get experience and then fail and then restart the game.
Okay.
Even that is different though, because like Majora's Mask, you are like inducing these cycles, like you're doing it out of your own agency, versus Dead Rising. It's like, well, I got pretty far and then failed.
Mostly.
Sometimes not on purpose.
You 100% should be.
Yeah.
Using this to your advantage, and when you do it, instead of being, oh shit, I'm out of time, I have to reset or game over.
Yeah.
It's like, but yeah, you are basically forced to do it.
Yeah, it's just weird because like I've always played that game. Like I mean, the first time I played it kind of like under the time pressure, but that was years and years ago when I was like a kid. I didn't finish it then, so I've always played it with like the Song of Slowing Time, and like I've always played it so optimized and you're kind of like trying to get what I need to get.
Yeah, because when you do the Song of Slowing Time, each day is what?
Each day, higher length.
Each total cycle is something around 2.5 hours.
It's a lot. It's
Hold
like
on.
It's like
headphones just popped up.
It's like 32 minutes or something. Majora's.
So 3 hours.
Yeah.
For a full cycle. Yeah, that's.
Let's see. So
generally, by the time you figure out what you need to do, the 3 hours is enough time to get through any part of that game. Like more than enough.
It's so it's 2 hours 42 minutes for the full slowed. So yeah, it's I like the only thing that is like difficult to do, I would say, within that time limit is like the last dungeon. Because it is so confusing, but like if you know what you're doing, you can get through it.
Right, but that dungeon has time-based checkpoints.
Yeah, like once you get through the first half of it, you can get through the second. So
it's like once you can reset and get through the second.
Yeah, which is, I mean, obviously they designed it like that, and another kind of credit to just the brilliant design of that game. So. And like, you know, it's smart in that like once you know the song of each area, you can like reset and then go right to the dungeon in that area. Like it is well balanced for like all kinds of playthroughs. So, I also played a little bit of Ocarina of Time 3D, just as an aside. But the real thing I've been playing this week, I finally went and finished replaying through Final Fantasy 15 on Xbox One.
Interesting.
I had it was like the complete edition on sale right after I got my Xbox One X for your reference, Joe. I was like, I'll get the $20.
I've thought about trying it. I haven't yet. I want to know what it looks like, but at the same time, I'm like,
looks very good. I don't have a 4K TV. I imagine you do.
I do, but my X is hooked up to my monitor.
Okay.
I want to get a 4K monitor at some point, but the problem is that if I get a 4K monitor, it's completely pointless unless I get the 4K capture card. So I'm looking like an $800 investment, and I just don't want to do that right now.
Yeah, I get you. Final Fantasy 15. Now I've finished it again. I've seen all the DLC for the first time. That might be one of my favorite video games.
Really?
All time, I think. It's weird because like it is so, especially now seeing it and seeing all the DLC episodes, which I played like in their spot in the game versus like playing them all afterward.
Okay.
It is so flawed. Like it is so uniquely and obviously has issues, right? But like it kind of like makes me like that game more. Like it is like almost as like in spite of all these things, the single thing that it goes for, it nails, and I still really believe that. And like that's how I felt when I finished it the first time.
Yeah, I loved it.
I love it for sure, and like you said, Namshin, like that final scene is just so, it's like so earnestly genuine. It is like that whole game is basically setting up for that last scene to like knock it out of the park, and it does. And it does that so well. And I don't know a game that has done quite that. Like you think about like games that have very much not done that. Like Mass Effect 3 is like setting up for that last scene, and then that last scene doesn't knock it out of the park. But all the other scenes do.
Right.
Like all of the moments are great, and they are all in their individual right better than that last scene.
That is very true,
which is like, you know, the journey is better than the destination.
Oh yeah.
And this is a game where like the journey is great, has tons of issues, and then the destination like pulls out everything that is important about that journey.
I mean, I think it's a miracle that the game was good.
Yeah.
Honestly, with what happened.
Yeah.
I was so excited, but I was just like, this is going to be bad. And I was surprised. I really was. I had a very good time with it.
Yeah. I'll say like now playing like the full kind of higher resolution, that's like one of the best looking video games I have ever played.
Really? On the X?
Yeah, it looks so good. And again, I'm playing on a 1080p TV, so it's like the 4K brought like rendered down. But it's still just, it looks so good. Performs really well too. I've been playing it in like the visuals mode, not the like steady mode that kind of lacks the frame rate. And I had very little frame rate issues. But yeah, so like I went through episode Gladiolus, episode Ignis, and then episode Prompto. I liked all of them. I think the Gladiolus one is probably like the least important, least necessary one. It very much like to me felt like they were kind of like getting their feet wet with what that was.
Yeah.
Because it is like, it reminded me a lot of like a Final Fantasy 13 area. It's like a very linear area. It tells a little bit of story. It is two characters. I've like a lot of the DLCs reminded me of Final Fantasy 13, which is a game that I like, luckily. So it worked for me. But yeah, like two characters, dialogue, like getting to know all of the companion characters in those sections was actually really cool. Like learning about Core and what he had done, like the trial that he had done before when he was younger. And then learning about Ravis, like, was actually really interesting. Like I actually really liked Ravis after seeing like that in the first two of chapter 13 and everything. So yeah, I had a new appreciation for those characters. Aranea is just so great. I just want you all to know she's the best. And throwing that out there. Yeah, like I liked I'd say like on a gameplay level, like the Ignis one was probably the best one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And the Prompto one was the weakest one, just because like it is hard to do a lot of damage as Prompto. Like, you know, his weapons are just kind of by design pretty weak. And he plays very weird. It's also like on Xbox One, you have to aim and shoot with the bumpers, not with the triggers.
Really? You can't change that in like the settings?
I checked as like every menu and I could not find a way to change it. Yeah. But he also like he just in general attacks with right bumper instead of B. So like even when you're on his melee weapon, you hit right bumper to attack. It's super weird. I think like I was really impressed with how well each of those mechanics like worked though. Like Ignis is like whole like he's got a hook shot and he's like got this weird like territory claiming. Like what the fuck was up with that?
I don't know. Dude.
I have no like it is like
do we see that like now that you have him in your party permanently, do you see him doing that stuff or no?
Like no, it's like just mechanics built around his DLC. Like you can play, so like you can now play as each of the other characters in the regular game, and their combat mechanics are all the same, which is cool. I didn't know like the UI for each character changes in the DLCs as well, which is cool. But because it doesn't when you just switch between them in the regular game. But like there is like this mechanic, like the Ignis section, like DLC, like the first chapter of it is like weirdly like a Batman Arkham game. Really? Like there is this, you're in Altissia and there are like sections under enemy control that if you clear out all the enemies there, you like take that section back. It's super just odd. I have not. Yeah, I was not expecting it. Whereas like I feel like the Prompto Gladiolus stuff were both like, okay, like Prompto can do like stealth attacks and things like that. These are things that kind of make sense, and Gladio's like kind of combo system made a lot of sense. Yeah, I liked playing all of them. I liked the boss fight in Gladios. I like the music in Gladios. Really, it's like this hard rock guitar out of nowhere. All that like there's different music for all three characters, and it's all very very good. Just like playing through that game again, the soundtrack has been a huge standout for me. Just again remembering because we gave that best soundtrack for that year, I think, and yeah, it's very good. But yeah, I seeing like the stories and kind of learning more about those characters, like learning why Gladdy Daddy went to go, like why he left in general was cool, and just like getting that the ult ending for Ignis where you're like, boy,
so good, dude.
I wish this game wasn't depressing as hell. It is really good. It's gratifying to know that, like, you know, there is no way in like the actual story of that game where it doesn't end like very sad. And they earn it. Like I think they do right by that. It was nice kind of, and it is nice seeing like this as the last piece of main DLC for it, like them kind of like toying with this idea of like a good ending. And yeah, I felt like I understand a lot what was going on a little bit better too, and that there's like the content they added for chapter 13, which was all for the most part things that they had kind of heavily implied, but didn't say outright. So it was good to like just have them kind of explicitly say. I think they added a thing to chapter 12 though, and maybe you can. I don't know if you'd remember, Namashin, but when you meet Shiva, the Glacian, in the original game, do you remember her like telling you this whole story of her and Ifrit?
No, that was added in.
Okay, I wasn't sure, but I was like, this seems new. But it was cool. Like, and again, like you hear about it's just like a little bits of world building in those DLC. Like in Prompto's DLC, you learned what happened to Shiva, like how she was killed, essentially, and things like that. So, yeah, I really liked it. I like the ending of that game a whole lot. I tweeted about it when I beat it 2 nights ago. And I've been doing a bunch of the post game stuff as well, which I had not really done before. I fought that big turtle. I beat the big turtle.
Bastard.
Yeah.
Not as bad as Yasmat from Final Fantasy 12.
How long did that take you?
I was trying to clock it. I think it must have been over an hour.
I think if I remember correctly, I think it took me about an hour 20, hour 30.
Yeah, I would say like between an hour 10, hour 20. I was like level 80 when I did it. I'm like level 94 now also, which is pretty dope. I never got that high before.
Yeah, it was like an hour or two for me to beat that.
Yeah.
I didn't pump myself up before I went to the battle.
I did. That helped the first half. I had a bunch of those power boosters too that I bought. No one died. I mean, it's not like a difficult fight. Like,
it's not. It just takes a long fucking time.
It's nothing compared to Yasmat though.
Yeah, I've heard stories of Yasmat.
It's, if I'm remembering correctly, I believe it's an 8 to 10 hour boss battle, and there is a save spot directly outside of the room, so you can run out there and save. But there is a timer to make sure you don't run out of the room and heal and come back. But you pretty much have exactly enough time to run out of the room, save, and like when you turn your game back on, run right back in. If you waste any more time, like he'll just start healing and he'll heal bars and bars of health. Like that. Like it's like you're not beating it in one sitting. It's not happening. Maybe,
yeah, I've heard my roommate's little brother beat that fight. And I heard from him great stories of long nights of just chipping away. Which sounds miserable, but like the turtle was, there is some cool moments in the fight. Like I'll say, like in this playthrough, I've summoned Leviathan multiple times now, which I'd never seen the summon for Leviathan before. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but like Leviathan really freaks me out in that game.
Water.
Yeah, it's I think it's the whole water thing. It's like a sea monster.
Yeah.
Just like this idea of this giant monster coming out of the water and eating you is terrifying. Excuse me for having my specific proclivities, but yeah, like it's cool just to see that summon. I did just a little bit of looking online, like to see if like after you beat Ifrit, you can summon Ifrit. You can't. You can only summon Bahamut once in that boss fight too, which sucks. I also found out that the final boss of the Comrades, the multiplayer DLC, is Bahamut, which is really cool.
Oh, interesting.
And also like the Comrades DLC also sets up some like story, like some connective story bits, like the reason why Noctis wakes up on that island is in that DLC and things like that. So it's like, okay, wow, like again, they did way more work than they had to for the stuff they added to that game. So I beat the big turtle guy. I caught a big fish. So I'm just doing the jolly stuff with my boys, and I did 2 of the little key locked door dungeons now, which kind of are like the biggest bummer I think about the post game stuff, because they're just like if you've played the Pit of 100 Trials in Paper Mario, it's just like that. You just go through rooms of like, here is a 60 floor dungeon. Each floor is just a different combat room with different enemies. Yeah. And some of the dungeons have modifiers on them. So I ended up doing the easiest one first and then the hardest one second, which is the Castle Mark or Castle Tower, or whatever it's called. It is like you can't use items at all in the enemy floors. So luckily there is a item that you get, I guess, for buying the complete edition. It is like a special piece of armor or like an outfit that you wear that makes you not take damage. And then you get one for your whole party. So I just used that through the whole thing. I'm like, fuck this. I'm not gonna try here. Because like the idea is you infuse your magic spells with healing items, and then you can heal cast with that. But I'm done.
Too much work.
Yeah,
too much work.
Like I'm level 90, and these enemies still do too much damage, so I'm good. Like I'm just gonna go through. So and like the way that armor works is like it's good for like a certain amount of damage that you take, which is a lot, I'll say. And then it has like a 10-hour real-time cooldown. It's like a weird, like very free to play thing like thrown into this game, which is good. Like you can cheese that game too much if you just have that on all the time. So, but yeah, Final Fantasy 15 is a very good video game.
It is.
Are you in it for the long haul?
For like the other stuff they're adding, I'm gonna do the stuff they're adding in the Royal Edition because that's like 2 weeks from now.
I never
Which
ended
is
up playing any of the DLC.
it's cool.
Like I think Arden's getting the DLC story or episode, and Core is as well.
Yeah, they're doing I think 3 more is what they said they wanted to at least do. I really like Arden. Like I'll say like because he is like he's a central part of the Ignis and Prompto DLCs. Like you get a lot more flavor with him. And I really like him as a villain. I think he's cool. So I would love
a very good villain.
I would love to see a DLC with him, especially because like, you know, he kind of did get fucked over. Like you know, he's not a good dude anymore, but I do empathize with where he was coming from. Like again, kind of understanding everything a little bit more. And I would definitely be curious to see like his story if they flesh it out a bit more. I guess like Ravis would be the only other character I think would make sense for another one as well.
Mm.
And I'd play that. Like I'd love to know more about him and his kind of relationship with some of the other characters. So, but yeah, like they're adding the Insomnia Ruins as a dungeon in this Royal Edition, and they're also letting you drive the boat and go to a bunch of islands between Altissia and Duskai. So I will.
Oh boy!
Yeah,
I can't wait till that comes to PC.
Yeah,
the whole game.
That's that is the PC version. So I'm excited to just drive a boat with my boys. You know,
I think the demo's out for now on PC.
It is. Yeah, it came out.
It probably is. But I mean, I've played enough of the game, so it's.
Are you gonna get the PC version, Scott?
Yeah, man, I gotta play the better version of the game.
It's true. Like they apparently rebuilt a lot of the assets from the ground up for that version for 4K.
Well, I don't mean like for PC. I mean like I played it before. I played it before.
Yeah.
So while the game was still quote unquote unfinished,
I
was playing it then.
Yeah, I'd be curious to kind of see what.
And I stopped before the unfinished parts where like.
Yeah, just don't play Ignis's story while you're in the middle of the game because it just fucking goes right to the ending as well. Like it assumes you've beaten that game if you play that DLC.
That's good to know.
Yeah, because I played them like I returned to title screen and then went back. I wish they had like integrated. There was a way to integrate them in, but like also the way they designed those things, there really isn't. Which they put to fair enough use, like Gladiolus like sitting at the campfire and telling them the story of what he did is cool, and like obviously the way the Ignis story is laid out and everything. So
good to know.
Yeah, for future reference, because like there is an alternate ending in the Ignis storyline as well, so that is why they kind of jump straight to the ending and back as well. So they justify it. It's just like as fair warning.
So that's twice that Square has brought back something that was like something that was completely unfinished and like kind of like redeemed it, a redemption game.
Franchise. Back-to-back entries, actually.
Which was the last one?
Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I mean, they've definitely been turning stuff around the past couple of years. I mean, the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 looks as good as it does.
And is actually
I've been so fucking worried, but it looks so fucking good.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, dude. Is like take if it take 13 years just so you could have like a 1.0 fucking video game, then I'm good with that. So like have a complete game and put it out. That's all I want now. That's all I want.
Then again, it looks like let's say Kingdom Hearts 3 is broken on release. Let's say that it is unfinished on release.
It looks like they'll
fucking fix it.
Yeah, they'll fix it. They'll do right by it.
Yeah, they won't just leave it to burn.
You can't undo the first time. God damn it!
It's true. You can't. But you have to understand. Most companies, quote unquote, fix it, but they make it barely playable.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't actually finish it.
Yeah.
They take a look at the absolute terrible glaring issues that make the game unplayable.
Yeah.
And
patch those, yeah.
They patch those and they call it quits.
It's like you're not wrong. Like I don't think they should necessarily be rewarded for like doing their job, right? As some folks would say, but like they don't give up on things, which is different. Especially like when you see like fucking Paragon just shut down. Like, there are a lot of things that are just like tried, failed. All right, we're shutting it down recently, especially. So
yeah, it's commendable and props to them for doing that. It's more of like,
can you get it right the first time?
Yeah,
please.
I think they learned a lot from Final Fantasy 15. Obviously, like everything with that game was a nightmare too. So, but like Kingdom Hearts 3 went into development in 2013. It's been in development for 5 years now. Like, there's also like, which makes sense for a game like that because there's so many like hoops they have to go through for licensing.
Yeah.
So like that
a lot of licensing.
Yeah, like I was thinking about recently, like the fact that Kingdom Hearts 3 is even happening the way that it is kind of nice because
especially with all the new worlds.
Yeah.
Well, it also kind of needed that time as well.
Yeah, but like, Disney has gotten way more protective of their licenses recently because they're so much bigger now. And it is good that they are still letting Square Enix do what they want with that franchise. So
yeah.
But like 5 years is it's a long time for game development, but like for a game like Kingdom Hearts, it makes a lot of sense, especially because like they switch engines within the first year or two.
But it's also like do it right. As long as that game comes out like and it does what it needs to do, like I'd be very, very happy.
Like I don't think I'm not gonna say guarantee for sure people will be happy with that game is, but I think it will be complete. Is what I will say.
I think it depends on the story if people will be. I think the gameplay is going to be on point no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can. They've made so many of those games.
Right? Like, how do you fuck this up at this point?
Like, just give me. I mean, the gameplay worked well in 2.8.
Yeah, like
that more and call it a day.
They have the basis for that engine. Like, I'm not like worried about that game feeling unfinished. I'll say, it is just like everything that happened with 15. Like, it seems like they've learned a lot from that and they spent a lot of time trying to make good on that too.
Yeah.
So, and that's a special case too, because that game went through like 3 different circles of development. Like it is the Dante's Inferno of fucking game development. So, yeah, but
it's a miracle that game ever came out. It really is.
It really is.
Yeah. As Jason Schreier quotes, making games is really hard. So. That's all I've been playing. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some news, take some questions, and we will throw it out. So we will be back in just a little bit.
Choo choo choo.
So if you want to go get a water or something now, or use the bathroom, Joe, this would be the time to do it.
Sweet.
I'm going to do just that.
Leave Audacity recording, I'm assuming?
Yeah, just keep it recording.
Sounds good.
All right. Hi, Tony. Or not. Hi, Scott.
Hey.
What do I need? Oh,
I believe that was appropriate.
Yeah, what was that? Is that a motorcycle driving by?
I don't think they're there.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I guess it was somebody else's thing. Da-da. Get my music ready. Okay, cool. There's the previews came out for Ni no Kuni 2 this week. Scott, looks good. Looks real good.
What's going down?
The previews came out for Ni no Kuni 2 this week.
Okay.
Got to play the first couple hours of it.
Mm-hmm.
Looks real good. People are saying good things.
I can't play it if I wanted to, really. I can't finish number 1 if I wanted to.
You can play 2 though. It's its own story. So
I know, but like okay, so let's say that I just got 2. Let's just say that I had 2 and a system to play it.
mm-hmm.
I still could not really play it.
It's coming on PC.
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. How many times have I played this, Scott?
You got to tell me this every time.
Okay.
You have to understand. I am in a position where console is not an option.
It is day and date PC and Xbox One.
Yes.
The only console I can play right now, like I only have the ability to play the Switch.
Yeah, I got you. No worries. You're good. We're both covered. I'll play on PS4. You play on PC. It'd be great. Everybody back? Tony,
I just said that.
Beautiful. You know, I'll say to you guys, the most gratifying thing for me is seeing Derek like passed out on his bed, like arms sticking out and like legs sticking out, and then seeing Gus laying on the bed next to him in the same exact position. It's the cutest shit. Just like arm out, like totally out. I'm like, oh, like father, like son. It's so beautiful. What are you mixing up in there? You got some Soylent?
G Fuel.
G Fuel. Gamer Fuel.
It's amazing.
For gamers, dude.
I wouldn't be able to function without it, dude, honestly.
Is it truly your fuel?
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. Are you sponsored to say that?
No, I'm not.
Okay. What is it? Yeah, let's get that G Fuel sponsorship.
Maybe one day.
You'll get it. I believe in you. What is it?
It's just like an energy drink, but not terrible for you.
All right. But like, what if I like my energy drinks to be terrible for me?
I mean, that's up to you, man. But these have some pretty good tastes.
All right. What kind of flavors are we talking about? Like cherry?
I mean, all kinds, bro. This is phaseberry.
Ooh,
What is it?
phaseberry.
Yeah.
What is a phaseberry and how do I grow it?
I don't know, but it's delicious. They have rainbow sherbet, blue ice, fucking all kinds of weird ass flavors. Kat, why do you sneak into my room all the time? You're stuck in here now. You're stuck in here. I'm not getting up to let you out.
Damn, get wrecked, Cat.
I wish Gus would sneak into my room. Sometimes he does. I miss you, Gus, wherever you are.
Scaredy bitch.
He ran away last time I saw him. All right, everybody ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Two things an option.
Yes.
One, do you think you could work on a bet?
I could try. Yeah.
Okay. And two, did I miss any news?
Probably.
Probably. I only had two here.
I mean, this is a weird time for news.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know.
What?
I haven't seen a lot.
I'm excited about this weird situation.
Cat, that is a Carmex cap. That is not food.
He wants to eat the Hot Wheel.
I don't know. He's playing with it. He's like, what is this?
Speaking of Final Fantasy 15, We'll be getting 4 episodes through 2019 to complete the Final Fantasy 15 universe.
Oh, does this just come out? This is breaking news?
Something like that, yeah.
All right, let's see. Yeah, 6 hours ago.
Oh, look at you.
Hot. I will add that in there.
Actually, I guess if we're not, I'm gonna let this out.
Anything else? While Joe kills his cat.
Cat's got no manners, man. None at all.
Listen, you can't fix cat. I don't know where I was going with that one.
He sneaks in. I don't even know how he gets in half the time. And then as soon as the door's shut, he's like, he comes out from under my bed and he's like, let me out. I'm like, stay in here.
The dice awards happen. We don't necessarily have to talk about those.
Yeah, that was a big thing, I think.
Okay, my boy was out there. Oh yeah, there's the fucking Final Fantasy 15 Gordon Freeman outfit.
Jesus Christ!
Because we live in the darkest timeline.
What are you talking about? That thing's great.
It is.
Sure.
Have you seen this, Scott?
Yes.
It's fucking ridiculous. It's amazing. I love that you can give Noctis like little glasses too. It's fucking so good. And the crowbar. Oh god. Anyway. That was good news. Finally, some good news. All right, yeah, we'll go with that. Dun-dun. All right, I'm gonna play the music. We're gonna do it.
We have music.
Oh yeah, there's news. There's news music, Joe. I hope you're ready for this.
Oh Jesus!
I'd call it a jingle.
News in gaming. Would you call it a jingle or a music, Joe?
I don't even know, man.
Was that good?
I think
good
that's
for
like
you?
one of the few things that has stuck with us since the inception of this podcast.
I'm trying to think like when I made that.
I know it was before I joined the show.
Yeah.
What kind of file is that?
It's a WAV file. It's raw audio, buddy.
Okay, I'm making sure.
It is pure raw audio, my man.
I can't.
I don't have the original file anymore. I have the.
Okay, I guess the only real question that matters is, did you enjoy it?
Oh, I loved it, dude. The thing is, I waited. Fair enough. Go ahead, Joe. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it?
It made me come.
All right. Mission accomplished. That's what everyone says. Speaking of Final Fantasy 15. They, I guess today, Nobshin on those hot scoops announced, just for reference, I did not know this when I was talking about the game earlier, so that's why I did not have the information earlier. I do know this now. They announced they are doing 4 new episodes through 2019, quote unquote, completing the Final Fantasy 15 universe. I didn't mention this. But I did play a little bit of Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition out of a more morbid curiosity.
God.
It's weird, man.
Is that on Switch yet?
No. I wonder if they would put it on Switch. It's playing it like I don't.
It was coming. Isn't that confirmed?
I don't think it was confirmed.
I thought it was.
It might, if you want to do a quick look up on that. I know like people were wondering if they could do that. But I don't know if that would be good on Switch. I don't know if there is a way to redo that game without touchscreen controls, because it is just touchscreen controls on mobile. But it's I think the weirdest part about it is just like all the voice acting from Final Fantasy 15 is there. And their mouths don't move. But it is that game.
They hinted at it.
Okay. There's hints.
They basically said that they want to bring it to another certain console out there that people may be thinking of. It sounds a little bit like Twitch.
All right, I take everything back. Square Enix is a fucking train wreck.
That was in August, by the way.
Okay, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Man, I'm about it.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit like this. No, yeah, it's a weird version of the game. It is like, you know, it is not open world, it doesn't seem per se. It seems a little bit more guided. But
Makes sense.
yeah, which makes sense for the platform, but you know, it is cool for what it is. But yeah, I guess I'm looking at this article here. I'll say this. When I was playing through the Final Fantasy 15 DLCs, you get achievements for finishing them. 0.96% had the achievement for finishing episode Ignis, which is not a lot. Which makes me feel like not a lot of people played those DLC episodes.
Especially on Xbox, though. That was definitely more of a PlayStation game for sure.
Yeah, it is kind of a bummer. But I got some rare Achievios, so just saying, just bragging.
You hear that new noise?
What'd you say now, Shin?
You hear that new noise?
Oh yeah, it is a good noise, I'll say. Like the rare achievement noise is like, all right, I did something today. They should have a different noise for platinum trophies, is all I'm saying.
I'm blown away that they don't. I really am.
To be fair, it is like a very subtle thing that makes a stupid difference, but here we are.
But it does make a difference.
It does make a difference. Yeah, it looks like nothing specific, except that the first episode will be episode Arden.
That's cool. I like that.
Which was requested by fans through a survey. And that one of the episodes might be Luna Freya, which would be cool. So I guess with 4 episodes coming, Arden, Luna Freya, I would still guess that Ravis would get one. I don't know who the last one would be.
I like to hear that they're listening to what the fans want.
Mm-hmm.
But also now nobody can bitch and be like, they've been working on this. They cut stuff out of the game. It's like, no, they literally asked you what you wanted. And, you know.
According to a user survey, the satisfactory rating of Final Fantasy 15's general scenario, which I don't know how I feel about people referring to his campaigns as scenarios.
It is weird.
Was 62.4%. Is that like where you would put it, Nabishin, or would it be lower or higher?
It's around that about that amount, I think.
Okay. When asked if that means we can expect to see even more satisfactory content for the DLC that's expected to release in 2018, director Tabata said that they won't be able to fit it all in 2018. So that's why they're doing it through 2019. I doubt it would be like through the end of 2019, but
I mean, maybe.
But you know, at some point they got to let this game go.
Should have let it go already, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think like the 3 DLC episodes was good, and this Windows edition is good, and I think that would be like a great place to leave it off, honestly. But if they do something worthwhile, like I'm here for it. You know, I definitely like to check it out. But
yeah,
I don't know how necessary it is. Would you go back and play any of them, Nabishin?
Like the problem is like with the season pass and everything I downloaded with Final Fantasy, that was like already like a fucking 100 gigs. Like it's the biggest game that I have on my system.
Yeah.
And like after I beat Ignis, I did delete it.
So you'd have to re-download all of it again.
Exactly. But like I would be interested though. Like it's a very love-hate relationship I have with Final Fantasy 15.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, would you go back for the stuff they're adding in the Royal Edition, or no?
Probably, because like I tend to play old games that I really like again. So yeah,
it's stuff in like the open world part of it too. So it is the quote unquote good stuff for you. So
yeah,
and that's what I'm excited about too.
Yeah, it'll be like far enough apart from me playing that game to from when I initially played it. That when I could go into it, it'll be like super fresh again. Mm-hmm. I think I'll really enjoy it this time around. Kind of like what I'm about to do with Mass Effect 3 eventually. So
hell yeah. Boy, though, I'll say, man, I cried like a fucking baby at the end of that game.
Which one?
Final Fantasy 15.
Really?
Yeah, it just broke me to pieces.
Huh.
That last scene is
I think the only game that's actively like broken me was the intro to Last of Us. That
Really?
thing made me bawl like a bitch. There's something about like dads losing their kids that fucks with me. I don't know why, because I don't have a kid. So you'd think that I don't know. But
It's the Harper in you, man. It's
I don't know. It's the Harper in me. Fucking hell,
bro. Yeah, no, I feel you. It's a poignant one. I'm trying to think any intros that have really gotten to me. I'm very. It's hard for an intro to make me emotional, I would say, but
really?
Like
that one did it for me, man.
Endings definitely are. It's basically if I've played more than 20 hours of a video game, depending on where your ending's going, I'll probably cry. Like like if I'm invested enough, I'm like on a very, very fragile emotional scale that can go one way or the other. Like I am a crier for sure. So like the draft scene in Last of Us made me fucking cry. So
that's the thing is I don't. That's why I was so surprised it got me.
Listen, man, I'm just a baby. Well, that's not true.
I mean,
I just like to cry.
You like to cry? Should your sensitive side?
I'm a very sensitive boy. I would say like I haven't had a good cry in a while. I was thinking like the next one I would have would be like whenever I went and saw Coco. From what I understand, that movie's probably gonna fuck me up. I don't know if you can corroborate that option.
It has moments, dude.
Yeah, so I'm like I'm a Pixar cry is like a deep cutting wound. So like because when I saw Inside Out, like that movie fucked me up. And so when I finished this and I had like a nice good cry, I was like, man, that just felt so good. I haven't had one of those in a while. Gonna go rewatch Sword Art Online again and have just a nice good cry. Anyway, other news: Burnout Paradise is getting remastered. This is the good one, right? Is this the one that everybody likes?
I don't remember, man. They were good up until a point, and then they put out one, and that was bad, and then everything else after that was bad.
This is the open world one, right?
I'm assuming this is the good one. I feel like they would be smart and pick the one that everybody liked to remaster. Yeah. That seems like the smart idea.
Yeah, Burnout Paradise is fucking amazing.
Okay, I've never played a Burnout game, so I just
Need for Speed, but destroy shit.
Okay, it's coming March 6th to PS4 and Xbox One. It is coming to PC some point, quote unquote, later this year. It'll be $40, 60 frames per second, 4K support, quote unquote high resolution textures. Yeah, that's really cool. I feel like I've been hearing a lot more people talk about Burnout Paradise lately, mostly just the people from Giant Bomb trying to decide if it is a game of a generation or not. Which is it a
remaster or a remake?
Is a remaster
straight
up. That seems way too expensive for a remaster, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean
it is. It's straight up it is.
like a remake, cool. Like Shadow of the Colossus is $40. Remake makes sense. Like remake, like I get it. Remaster is like, I'm not saying it's easy or anything, but like $40 for remaster of one game seems ridiculous when you usually get collections of remasters for $40.
I mean, you say this, and I agree with you on Burnout Paradise, but when May comes around, I'm dropping 40 bones on Dark Souls. Like, it's just who I am.
Is it just the original Dark Souls?
It's just the original Dark Souls.
Really?
Yeah.
The fuck, man?
Dark Souls 2 has already been remastered for PS4 and Xbox One.
It just seems odd to me that the original. I don't like. I get it. I don't know. It's just
the Dark Souls 1 has never been remade or remastered in any way.
I know, but still, it just seems like a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it is a lot. I think. I think for like an older, depending on the game, right? Like there are probably plenty of people that would gladly pay $40 for Burnout Paradise that very much enjoy that game, right? So it's hard for me to put myself in that headspace. I would gladly pay $40 for the ability to play Dark Souls with a higher frame rate or on the Switch. Like, those are conveniences that I would very happily support. So yeah, I'm just thinking about like I wish I had Dark Souls on Switch before PAX.
I want everything on Switch, dude.
Yeah, everybody does.
I want Ni no Kuni on Switch. I want a Pokemon game on Switch. I want Final Fantasy 7. I want them all on Switch.
Yeah, I want Kingdom Hearts 3 on Switch.
Just give me a Kingdom Hearts remake. I don't care what it is. Anything. Just give me every Switch game ever. Put everything on Switch.
It's been so fun to watch my brother just like every day. Like he is more and more of a Switch believer. He's like, I wish every game was on it. I'm like,
So I
listen.
was, after Zelda, I was like, I want everything, and then Mario, and I was like, I still want everything. Since Mario, I haven't really had a desire to like pick it up because there hasn't really been anything to draw me to it.
Check out Celeste. Celeste is a good.
Celeste?
Yeah,
that's what I was hearing.
I don't know if
And
you like
Lost Hill.
platformers. Yeah.
And Bayonetta.
Oh yeah, Bayonetta. There you go. Have you ever played Bayonetta?
No, but I'm gonna pick it up on Switch.
Okay, there you go. That's $50 for 1 and 2 right now, Machine? Or is it 60?
It is. I think it's because it's kind of confusing. Like if you just get Bayonetta by itself, it's Bayonetta 2 by itself is $40. Bayonetta 1 by itself is $20. And if you buy Bayonetta 2, this is digitally. Like if you buy Bayonetta 2,
you get one for $10, right?
Yeah, you just get Bayonetta 1 for $10 and you get them both together. So
okay, so 50. And I think that's the retail price as well.
You can buy it retail for 50 and then just get whatever the Amazon or Best Buy nonsense is.
Amazon's taking that stuff away.
Best Buy's not.
Yeah, Best Buy's for sure now. I'm like, well,
I don't give a shit.
It was good while it lasted. Amazon.
Well, the thing is, like, they don't make money off that shit.
Yeah,
but like, they're just like, can you buy games from us and not GameStop, and then maybe buy a TV? Like, that's their hope.
Maybe please buy a TV. That's all we have.
Yeah, that's their hope. Just come in the door.
Please come visit us.
Pretty much, yeah,
dude. Anyway, Burnout. Clearly, we're very invested in the Burnout Paradise remaster.
I can't.
And keep in mind, people, if $40 is too much for you, it's an EA game. Wait
literally 15 minutes. Dude. Like it'll be down. It'll be like basically free. It'll be in the EA vault the next day. Like
yeah, pretty much.
Chill.
I'd give it like a month, and I think it'll be probably half price if I have to like guess.
Yeah, like I don't know what it is about. Like Battlefront 2 was like digitally less than $30 within a month of release.
Every single game that came out over the holiday season was about half price within a month and a half. Every single game,
except for Nintendo games.
That is true. That is true. But that's including Call of Duty. Like everything was on sale except for Nintendo games. That was weird. But that started to happen last year, and I think that's starting to become a trend. The games are dropping in price way faster.
Yeah, I mean, like it's because people are getting more and more aggressive. I think about it, just install base and then post-paid content like DLC and microtransactions. So, which is for someone who doesn't typically spend money on stuff like that, it's it's okay for me as long as hopefully things don't get too predatory. But I digress. Arc System Works is making a new game with Swery.
Who the fuck? What?
Swery is infamous for developing a video game that you might know. It's called Deadly Premonition.
I've heard of it. I've never played it.
He also
it's one of the best games in the world.
Scott gets it. He also developed the broken dream that is D4. Dark Dreams Don't Die. And I don't know, Namashin, do you know how his Kickstarter went recently?
It's kind of just not unsuccessful. Like he keeps trying to like bring it up every once in a while, but like it's not really getting the leg in it needs to get. So
yeah, because he was trying to crowdfund a game called The Good Life. He initially did it through Fig, which is like the investment crowdfunding platform for games. I said it's not just games, right? It might be, I don't know. And that failed, and he relaunched it on Kickstarter. It sounds like that is also not doing great, which is a bummer. It's like a game where you fucking hang out in town, and at night everybody turns into cats. Like it sounds like such a good thing. Oh, so that Kickstarter begins on March 26th.
Now, what do you think about the quote at the bottom of the article?
So this game, and I'll read you Swery's quote here. Frankly, this title will blow your mind. I think it's sick. I'm confident it will exceed your expectations, so please stay tuned. Arc System Works, infamously known for developing fighting games, Dragon Ball FighterZ Z, for example. This game is currently titled The Missing. It doesn't say anything about it, but the very concept of this is exciting to me. Nobishin. I am just happy that Swery is for sure making a game. Arc System Works got that Dragon Ball money now. They're fucking good. They're set for life pretty much. And I don't know what kind of game he could make with them. Like, they've only made fighting games, right?
I mean, he's showing off monkeys in this little video.
Yeah, he's got the support monkey.
Yeah,
He said the other quote from him is, the title, The Missing, has many meanings. A missing person, someone who's lost, or even something lost. Maybe it's your loved one, or a place you belong. Do you ever feel lost in your everyday life? The Missing is for someone like you. Every day I'm thankful that Swery gets to make video games.
Ben more recently said on the Easy Allies podcast, that like he's hoping that this will be like sort of like a Yoko Taro kind of thing for Nier Automata with Platinum Games, whereas like this auteur that we've known for so long, he knows that he makes these great games but never really had the funding and like the backing that he needs for it, that like hopefully The Missing can be something that will really show the world really what Swery is all about. So like because we have our weird auteur Japanese creators like Hideo Kojima and Suda51 and Yoko Taro, and like Siri is one of them, and like hopefully this will put him more into the spotlight.
Yeah, he just hasn't had his breakout title. Like Deadly Premonition is like such a specific thing, like he literally made the B movie of video games, right? Like which like, because they're like B tier developed games, but like usually it's like licensed games or like basically ingratiated franchises like a Dynasty Warriors, or which even I would say sales wise does pretty well, and or like a Insect Defense Force or whatever those games are called.
Earth Defense Force. Thank you.
But like I think what Swery did with Deadly Premonition was like capturing both tone and like mechanically what a B tier game would be. Like it is like, yeah, it's just something absurd. And D4 did that really well as well, and it like played pretty well on top of that. But it like it knew what it was. It had a lot of fun with it. So yeah, like I think he just needs his breakout game, like
legitly, like D4 is still like one of my favorite games of this generation.
It's so good. Like
it's so good and it'll never be finished.
It's 2 hours of just absurd. You can play that game with Kinect. Like it is a trip. And yeah.
I'm so happy Kinect is dead.
Listen, man, you should go play that game.
Absolutely.
Play D4.
Nope. It involves Kinect.
I
don't have one. I will never hunt one.
I played it with a controller, dude.
You can play it with a controller. You can also play it with Kinect. Because it was like first year Xbox One, right? Before they took the Kinect out of the box. And oh man, yeah. I don't know anyone else that's played that game, Nobishin.
Yeah. It was even free with Games with Gold.
It's such a I know like George Cruz wants to play it. I don't think he's played it because he don't have an Xbox.
It's on PC as well.
But if he comes down for Extra Life again, we're gonna make him play that.
Dude, honestly, that game is super special. It's really good. Oh my! I want to talk about D4 again. Yeah. I need to play that game again.
Let's both play D4 again. We'll do a fresh off the dome about it.
I don't mind. Seriously.
I'm down. I'm totally serious as well. That's like a 2 hour game. We can blast through it.
Okay.
That game is so special. You were so right. Like that fucking Chowda conversation. Yeah. God. There's a woman that's a cat. It's absurd. That game is crazy. Anyway. It's also like a genuinely good idea for like a video game mechanic is like the mementos and going into like these different scenarios. The way that fucking game ends. I want to know what's with this big plane man. Who is this big plane electric man? So Swery is making a game with Arc System Works. I think it could be, obviously we know nothing about it other than it's called The Missing, and he's very coy about that, but he makes very weird games. And Arc System Works is now like so in. This is like literally like riding the lightning with them like having like a massively successful game this year. I don't know if that's like their best selling game. I imagine it probably will be if it isn't already. So like it's good timing for him, and hopefully it works out and people pay attention to Sweary.
Like the only worrisome thing about it, not really worrisome, but like the thing just to point out is Arc System Works is a fighting game studio, so like this will be like the first. I think they're only like game that they really made that's like outside of that realm. So
yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, I mean, obviously their art design and they're very good at mechanics and controls. I just like don't know what other like kinds of games they've wanted to make. Obviously, I'm sure they've wanted to make other games, but they made something that wasn't a fighting game at some point, right? Like
I think so.
So I'm looking it up right now. They made like I feel like they made like a Vanillaware like game. But I can't. Oh, they made Hardcore Uprising. That's right. A game that I really like, which is a Contra style game. And that game is rad. So, that's what I was trying to think of. I mean, Guilty Gear and BlazBlue is a predominant amount of their games, but they have made like a side-scrolling action game that is like very, very good as well. So at least to put a little bit more faith out there. They also made Double Dragon 4, but nobody's perfect. Let's take some questions. You guys do you want to take some questions? We do have a lot of people watching live right now. I guess if folk want to throw some questions into our live chat, they are more than welcome to. Let me get this MailSock music. There's also music that we play here, Joe. Just a little elevator style music. For folks watching, listening, you can always tweet your questions at IrrationalPod. Use the hashtag IPQ, please. Makes everything easier to find. And we will answer them on the show. Ooh. See a big Kingdom Hearts related question. I'm very excited about it. Just throwing that out there. We got just a comment from Conquest Wawa at Coyote Wawa on Twitter. At Coyote Wawa MLG, Major League Gaming. Didn't know. He said Ruffles is my dad.
Same though.
I don't know why that's a running joke. They call me daddy all the time. It's weird.
You do. You have like a very. It's the hopper in you.
It's because I yell at all the kids.
I mean, somebody's got to keep it in line. Do you like parent them? Do you your chat? Do you like?
We get the people in. They're like, "Don't cuss." I'm like, "Motherfucker, this is an 18+ stream. You shut your goddamn mouth and get out if you don't like."
I mean, there you go.
Usually, if
down.
it's
I listen. Maybe you just have a lot of dad-like characteristics in your cadence.
I don't know. I might.
Stephen Coffin at Scoffin Steven says, "When will Thrillville : on the rails again? Because being off the rails is a safety hazard, and we apologize for building roller coasters that were highly hazardous and not on rails come out."
I saw that. I was really confused.
Thrillville is the life that we live.
Oh, okay. Got it.
It's always off the rails, even if it is a safety hazard.
Jesus Christ.
I like, Stephen Coffin, he's got a lot of dreams. I have a question for you, Joe.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Custom Robo?
Custom Robo? What is that?
It is like a very niche Nintendo franchise.
No idea what it is.
I have a question.
Heard that before.
Okay, I have a question. Will there be a new Custom Robo game this year or announced this year?
I don't know. I want to know what it is.
I mean, listen. I just need a yes or no.
Sure.
There you go, Steven, wherever you are.
Fucking stamp it.
You gotta believe. Conquest Wawa had another questions. I guess this is more of like an actual question other than you being his dad.
Oh, okay.
He said, "You guys hear that Elder Scrolls 6 won't come out for another 3 years or so?" I didn't hear this.
That doesn't surprise me though.
Yeah, I mean, there was word that Bethesda Soft had like split into groups and were making like different games, like working on different projects. And especially like they have the leeway to do whatever they want at this point.
Pretty much,
yeah. They went from Skyrim, they went from like Fallout 3 to Skyrim to Fallout 4. Like, they've been making that game, like that kind of game, back to back for like over 10 years now. I get it if they want to do something different. I would bet that they've been thinking about what they want to do with Elder Scrolls after Skyrim, after Fallout 4, and I'm sure they have an idea of what they want to do, but like you don't need to rush that game. That's another thing where you can take as much time as you need, especially like with something like Elder Scrolls and Bethesda's style of game. And they got a lot of heat for what they did with Fallout 4. Like, they need to innovate more, and that takes time.
Those games also usually have a lot of problems, even when they work on them for 5 years. So take time, just make it work.
Yeah, try and make it not look like the same game. Also, like maybe make it look a little bit better.
Add some colors and shit.
Yeah, like other than brown and like green mossy trees. Other question from Mike Hunter World, our good friend Mike Burgess, a producer, IrrationalPod.com. At Mike Hits the Wall on Twitter. With another year of Final Fantasy 15 DLC coming, where do you think that puts Kingdom Hearts 3? Do you think there will be any DLC for the game? With the Final Fantasy 15 DLC being generally received well, will it push Square to want to make DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3? This is a good question. What do you think, Joe?
With all the spin-offs they've put out, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. I'd rather them not ruin my favorite franchise, but I wouldn't be surprised if they put out like a little, like I wouldn't mind like a Riku spin-off or like a Kairi spin-off or something like that, as long as it's done well. But I would want something drastically different. Like as much as everybody hated on 358 over 2 days, like it wasn't a bad game, and it was like just abandoned on the fucking DS.
Yep.
So I mean, I would definitely like to see some different stuff for sure.
What do you think, Nalbshin?
I think the licensing makes it so that's not really something they'll be able to do. So that's the only reason I feel like this will be more of a complete game when it comes out, and it's like something that's there and just take it for what it is, and hopefully it's good and complete and done. I will be happy.
Yeah.
Scott,
do you have any word? Do you think they would do DLC for Kingdom Hearts? I'll take that as a solemn yes.
You'll take that as a solid.
Just as a solid.
It's a solid snake. Oh god.
Liquid. I don't think so either. I think like financially it's possible. Like they've seen success with like season passes for their games recently and things like that. I just I don't know. I wonder like what the interest for doing DLC for that game is from like the studio. Like,
I don't think there would be one, honestly.
Yeah, like it'd be cool. Like, hey, Atlantica probably is not going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3. What if we did a DLC Atlantica world? But like, what does that add really? Like,
I feel like that would piss people off, to be honest.
Yeah, it would probably end up pissing people off. Like, hey, maybe down the line we would do like add like Disney worlds that we have not done before. But like I think there's a way to do that where it's not like hurting the story at all. Like it is just like extra stuff, an extra world to go through.
But I mean, what they really should do is just make 3.2 DLC.
Yeah, I mean, like if they were going to do spin-offs, right, they should, or like a final mix version. Yeah. They now like have the ability to do that as DLC versus.
Yeah. I'd say if they were going to do DLC, it would probably be Coliseum centric. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, we didn't add the Ice Golem Ice Titan from this. So hey, like we're adding the fucking Titan pack for $5 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I could see some dumb stuff like that maybe.
Yeah. I see more as far as like modes, like kind of like how like there was like certain modes in Kingdom Hearts 2 where you just like hit the balls everywhere. Like they really want to show off their ball tech in like Kingdom Hearts 2. So like I could see something like that. I'm
gonna be honest,
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Their ball tech wasn't that great. Like their ball tech was fine
for 2005.
I get it. Like it was fine.
2005 was a long time ago, man.
It's true. I just like that the minigame where you fucking hit the ball around is terrible. Like it's
saying if there is a Kingdom Hearts
so bad
final mix released in Japan first, I will literally flip the fuck out.
Yeah,
I'm saying they need to kill off the final mix bullshit.
Yeah, they need to
stop it.
Especially like coming off a worldwide release for Final Fantasy 15, it seems like they would do a worldwide release and like just be done with it. But please don't. And if you're gonna do final mix, just do it as DLC or do it like as like a like a final
Royal
mix
edition.
Yeah, or Royal edition.
Extra stuff. Yeah,
like a final mix DLC, like a revamp of the campaign with like the palette swaps and stuff. Like that would be fine. Like I think that would be harmless enough. And go ahead, Joe.
I just like popped in my head.
Yeah.
So it's coming. This is like the first time a Kingdom Hearts game's coming to Xbox, right? It's coming to Xbox and PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think by the time E3 comes out that they will put a collection on Xbox? Or do you think they're just going to say, 3's there if you want it, but fuck you on the rest of the story?
I think they're going to do it.
Like I think they should.
And they sure should.
They absolutely should. I don't think they're going to do that at all.
Yeah, and it's a bummer.
Like, why haven't they done it yet?
Namish and I have been having this conversation about Japanese games like literally the last 2 years. It's like, why was Nier Automata not on Xbox One? Like what is going on?
The fact that 3 is coming to Xbox One, like why wouldn't there's?
And like I think the real thing is like they signed because Kingdom Hearts 3 was announced before PS4 Xbox One launched. They signed a contract that was like, all right, we're gonna put it on both. Because we assume either Xbox is going to do better than Sony's platform or they'll do as well. And like then when things did not, they're obviously Xbox One's doing great, but it's not doing as well as PS4.
Yeah.
Like the truth is like, all right, well, this isn't
deal with it.
Yeah, this maybe isn't just financially as enticing to put these collections that they ended up doing after the fact on Xbox One.
I feel like they're just throwing money away at that point. Like I can't tell you how many times I'll be like, especially because like there's still this stigma like with Mixer and Xbox. Oh, it's Xbox. Like, how are you playing this on Xbox? I'm like, it's not on Xbox. They're
like, you can stream anything to Mixer and stuff.
Well, I mean, I get it. Like you're on your Xbox dashboard and you're like, Kingdom Hearts. Wait a minute, what? And it's like, no, it's not. Stop it. They should. I really do. I really do think that they're missing an audience by not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely a big Square audience and a big Disney audience on Xbox. I would love to play those games.
People,
well, them kiddos.
Like I said, like people who like came from PS2, play Kingdom Hearts, love Kingdom Hearts, play Kingdom Hearts 2, love Kingdom Hearts 2, then went to 360 because that's the system they get, and they love the Xbox brand so much they got themselves an Xbox One. They will want Kingdom Hearts 3, though they wouldn't know what the fuck is going on. They will want that game.
Yeah, anybody that thinks they're gonna have any idea what the hell's going on in that game if they didn't play the spin-offs is out of their goddamn mind.
Yeah. Let me tell you about Dream Drop Distance, my dudes. Let me tell you about time travel.
I think it'll be approachable.
I don't think it will.
I think they're gonna do something to bring in new players. Like they're gonna try. I just don't. I don't know what they have an idea for.
Because you got to remember, a lot of people did not go into 2 doing Chain of Memories.
Yeah, but
that is correct.
One game is different than 6. Like
that's true. But also, if you play Kingdom Hearts Final Mix and you didn't play Chain of Memories, you have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All that extra stuff, you're just like, what?
Yeah. Who's this guy in this black cloak? Zemnis. I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, Kingdom Hearts is weird. Like my only example, and it's the only thing I can pull from, is Metal Gear Solid 4, which had the fucking separate app, the lexicon that you could download and read all of the Metal Gear lore with. Like, they'd have to do something like that for Kingdom Hearts.
Maybe. I mean, there's plenty of YouTube videos. They're like 20, 30.
Yeah, you see, Alex, they did.
Yeah. It was Stream Drop
It's
distance.
just Stream Drop distance.
It's like,
that
no, you
shit.
can't do that. No, you can't just do it in a different game.
Do you think they could simplify it? Like, do you think that they could simplify it into a quick little like?
I think they could hire a very good video editor to do it, but like
Alexa
I
Ray Korea.
yeah,
Sorry, man.
I just don't know if there's as much interest to do it.
Goddamn collection.
Yeah, just do it. Just you have it. It's on PS4. Porting to Xbox would be the easy.
I was gonna say
easiest.
it's probably not even that hard, honestly. They're basically the same damn console.
Yeah.
Just slight tweaks.
We can believe. I would love, like, I am very much one of the. I would love the remasters to go to Switch. Like, that would be so cool.
That would be awesome.
Even like obviously they would take like the technical hit. Like they would probably run at 30 frames and things like that. But I think like that remaster collection would be great on Switch.
I'd buy it for the 100th time.
Yeah, I totally would buy it too.
I don't even know
I'm
how
so
many.
disgusting.
There's so many. Dude, I own Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix, and Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix Collector's Edition. All right? Like,
Hell yeah,
it's just
dude.
like so unnecessary.
You're amongst your friends.
I know.
Uh,
I think I have 2 copies of Chain of Memories, the GBA without the box, and then I found a copy with the box. So I was like, I need it.
I'm very happy that Namashin gave me his extra copy of Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, with Rechain of Memories and everything. So.
But like Rechain is not good.
I like Rechain of Memories.
It's with the card system. Like everybody like dislikes the card system, but it
not
works when
great,
you
but-
don't have to deal with the
Third dimension.
third dimension. It works when you do not have to deal with changing a camera. It's like how the world ends with you works.
Yeah.
The only reason that you can do everything on dual screens, even though it's really hard to do it, is because you really don't have to worry about any kind of camera angles. You don't have to worry about knowing where attacks are coming from.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a good comparison. I like.
You have to do so much to manage your deck to attack, and
I'm gonna be honest with you, Scott. I put that game on easy, and I looked up a slate deck, and I made that, and then I just fucking blew through that game. So like, that was my Rechain of Memories experience. But I still had a good time with it.
Chain of Memories isn't that bad.
Fuck Marluxia. That's all I'm gonna say though.
That story is real good for me.
That story's real good. It's one of the best Kingdom Hearts stories I've told. So, if not the best individual story. I'm looking at the chat to see if they had anything.
I actually like what Mike brought up.
Yeah, he said in the remasters there's like a timeline thing they could include in 3.
Maybe
Or
the
similar
collector's
idea.
edition
Just
comes with it.
take the game trailer's timeline and put that in Kingdom Hearts 3. Brandon Jones, sultry voice. So I'll say Scott White, our other contributor on IP, he is in the chat. He said, I can see them doing a recap disc with the Xbox One version of it, but I don't see the remixes coming to Xbox. I think a recap dicks. Jesus.
Like a collector's edition kind of thing.
Yeah, like a disc, kind of like taking you through all those stories would be cool.
Here's all the cutscenes.
Worthwhile. It's like honestly, like I want Kingdom Hearts 3 to do financially well. I think
Me too.
there are enough Kingdom Hearts fans that it'll do fine, and there are enough people that don't know any better that it'll do fine.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sick. I'm sick of all this Kingdom Hearts hate. To be fair, I'm gonna be riding that fucking Kingdom Hearts 3 high for about 3 years.
Oh
So,
yeah, easily.
Never mind. I was on an episode of Breaking Reality with Quentin Hoffman. Another, just everybody's getting a shout out. Another writer for IrrationalPod.com. He had me on to talk about the D23 news, and I tried to explain to him in a very, very obtuse, brief synopsis what Kingdom Hearts was all about. He's like, "This sounds all right." I'm like, "I know. It's like a Disney movie, but like ridiculous." It is an original Disney movie story. It's like a fairy tale, but probably more complicated than it needs to be.
it is Disney's first grand epic.
Yes, that's a great way of putting it. It's like, my comparison is always like, if you like Harry Potter, Kingdom Hearts is no more or less complicated than Harry Potter.
Interesting.
That's it for questions. Thank you, everybody.
Thank God, no more Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, shut up.
you.
Actually, we replaced bets with Kingdom Hearts talk.
I'm leaving. Why was I even here?
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, no.
All right, you guys win because you had more participants on your team.
Yeah, there you go.
So you guys get a point.
Okay, there we go. We did it. So real quick,
team.
No, we're not there yet. We got a couple of things real quick before we get to bets.
I was dead serious.
I know. Listen, we'll get there. Give me a second. If you want to be a part of the show, you can tweet your questions at IrrationalPod. Use the hashtag IPQ. Voicemail line 404-590-1337. Leave us a voicemail there, or you can send us an email, mailsack@irrationalpassions.com. That's the way to do it. You can follow the show and the site on Twitter at IrrationalPod. Rate and review us on, if you like the show, rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher and Google. It helps us out a lot. Go listen to Input. It's our other show on the website, hosted by George, Logan, and Jarrett. It is a news show. It is very good. And their latest episode was talking about kind of like the recent conversations about video game violence and gun control. They had a very good discussion. You should go listen to it. For everything else, go to irrationalpassions.com. Joe, one more time, it's what, mixer.com/ruffles?
Ruffles, Ruffles.
When are you streaming? What's your schedule?
I pretty much, I wake up, I eat, I shower, and I go live.
Oh, thank God you shower first.
Yeah, I pretty much like I pretty much post on Twitter. Like I used to have a directly set schedule, but it got to the point where it's like, oh, I have to go do this, like, and it just became an issue. So it's been working better this way.
Do you have like a rough sketch of the hours that you're live?
I pretty much don't really like. Pretty much between like 1 p.m. and like 3 p.m. Central Time. Like I'm pretty much live by then at some point.
Until
and I'll usually
the end of time.
Yeah, pretty much until I feel like ending, usually 10, 11, 12. You know, there's other times, like the other day, I was up at like 9. I was like, I don't know what to do it myself. So I went live at like 9, ended at like 2, took like a 2-hour nap, and then came back and did like another like 8-hour block.
Wow.
But I pretty much post all this stuff on Twitter and was like, hey, this is what's going on. Grocery store, shove food in my face, and then click the live button.
That quick grocery haul. Go check
Pretty
out
much,
Joe.
yeah.
Thanks for coming on the show, man. This has been fun.
Yeah, of course, dude. It was great.
But before we finish the show, it's time for bets. For your reference, Joe, this is the part of the show where we make up a bet to bet on, and then we guess numbers that probably will or won't be correct. We have teams. Nabishan and I are a team. We're a betting team. We bet together. We try and be the closest to whatever we're aiming to get, and you'll kind of get an idea once we read the bet. Tony and Scott have a betting team.
Yep.
Team Tide Pod is their name.
Oh, okay, that's not surprising.
And Team Nanashi.
Hey, I have a question.
Okay.
So really, it's more of an assertion of a fact.
Yeah.
When we name Team Tide Pods, we are actually naming the team, and then insert most popular meme of this month.
Okay.
So I was just saying because you guys play on PC, so the meme thing. I was like, yeah, obviously.
Okay. What is the current meme?
So the current meme is BitConnect.
Okay, Team BitConnect.
So now it's Team BitConnect. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I don't have a question. I have a question. No, actually, it's just a statement.
Actually, this is just real shit.
Some real ass shit. Nabishan are Team Nanashi, which means no name, which is cool. So I'm gonna let you choose your team, Joe. I will let you know that Scott and Tony are the underdog right now. If you want to hop on their team, it's up to you though.
I don't know.
This
Yeah,
will affect.
I wouldn't.
Why not? I feel like I've never done this before. Me being by myself is just gonna fuck me.
Okay. Well, you can't be by yourself. You have to be on a team, man.
Oh, so that's I see what you're saying.
You have to choose one or the other.
Ooh. Well, you know what? Somebody on Team Tide Pod talk shit about Kingdom Hearts, so I'm gonna have to go with you guys.
Also, not Team Tide Pod anymore. We don't want you.
Then we will welcome you into the Nanashi world.
Fucking hell, dude.
This week's bet, Moss releases on February 27th on PSVR. What will the trophy? This is Nabishan's bet. Thank you, Nabishan. What will the trophy percentage be for the trophy? I'm not scared. And the description for that is startle Quill from behind.
Start a quilt from behind.
Quill he's the name of the little mouse.
Oh.
He's adorable.
I have no idea.
He's the main character.
Fuck, man.
You are basically you were a perspective above, and you were kind of directing him through the world. So I imagine startling him will not be that difficult, but we'll see. When you're ready, you can type in your bet in the side chat. And when I say send it, we can send it. I'm gonna write mine down right quick. This is trophy percentage, just to reiterate. All right, when you're ready, yeah. Oh,
you went like all specific and shit. Like what?
I always do that for the trophy percentage ones.
Okay.
I also went very low. All right, so
It
Joe,
might not be that hard, but I mean,
yeah, I
I
wonder
really
if
don't think there's that many trophy hunters.
I don't know.
yeah, especially on PSVR. I also don't like. It might be difficult. It might be like a secret thing to do.
Listen, man, hardcore Rosette trophy. Everybody thought it wasn't going to be that hard, but you know what? I hate that fucking trophy.
You want to?
Truth, my brother. Truth.
You want to hear a fun story, Joe?
That's the reason I don't have the fucking platinum of that game.
What's this Rosette trophy you're talking about?
It's
Bullshit,
a
isn't it?
Persona 4 golden trophy where you have to hear 500 different resay.
I think it's like 250.
200. Yeah.
250. I got that trophy
enough.
on my first playthrough.
Yeah, because you're lucky.
Not doing anything special.
Because that trophy is bugged, and I am fully convinced that it is rigged and broken, and they just won't admit it.
It was rigged in my favor.
Dude, I beat the game like 4 fucking times and still don't have it.
I'm sorry, man.
I hate it.
I know. We'll get through it.
His head.
What?
I bet.
Hold on.
What?
Never mind. Just keep going.
I bet 7.8%. Nabishin bet 70%. Scott bet 15%. Tony bet 55%. And Joe bet 20%. It's a good spread.
Got the whole spectrum.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to get Moss and not try to play that game.
Did you try to scare this little mouse?
Well, yeah, I mean,
This
hey,
poor little mouse.
I bet about 55% of people would try.
I'm not gonna lie. I would definitely try and fuck with the mouse.
Yeah, I think so. I just I don't know if it is going to be a difficult thing to do or not. All right, so here's the thing about last week's bet, as we found out earlier today. So the last week's bet was Metal Gear Survive releases on February 20th on Amazon. Where will the most popular version of the game be ranked in the overall best-selling video games? Here's the thing. It is not Amazon, right?
What?
You cut out. You're cutting out.
The game is not on Amazon, right? It's not sold through them.
It's not sold through them. It's all third party. There's no way you can buy that game
From it.
on Amazon. Yeah.
Which sucks.
So who bet closest to 0?
So let's see. Do we want to do whoever bet closest to 0? Because I'm okay with that.
Well, it'd be closer to 100.
Closest to 100?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Tony bet 17, Scott bet 30, Nabishin, you bet 29, and I bet 50. Ba, 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 da.
You cheated to me.
Yeah, I cheated. I knew that Amazon wouldn't sell Metal Gear. Do we?
All right. So here's what happens. Both teams get a point.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
The bet was invalid.
The bet was void. Everyone gets points.
So then no one gets a point then.
No one gets.
I was gonna say
No.
just no points.
We could do no points, but it doesn't feel as right as everyone.
Yeah, I like numbers going up.
Yeah, exactly. I'm playing Idle Miner Simulator on my phone. I like it when numbers go up, dude. I had like 7 different mines, and I just didn't feel like it was necessary to talk to you guys about it.
I'm okay with that because it is basically the same as no one gets a point, but more endorphins.
Yeah.
So, question, Nabishin, do we know when that Devil May Cry HD collection comes out?
Next month.
It's March sometime, right?
Yeah,
It's definitely March.
Okay, so we're gonna have to resolve that side, but so for I was just wondering. So that brings the team scores. Team BitConnect up to 2 points. Do you guys have a call out or anything?
It's too loud.
BitConnect. And Team Nanashi rocking at 4 points.
Damn. Throwing shade.
Sorry, it'll be 3-4 this week, and then next week it'll be 4-4, and
Listen, we're in February, man. The year is young.
Yeah,
we restart at the end of the year for your reference show. So
that makes sense.
All right, that is the whole show. I'm gonna ask you out of character, OOC Joe, just keep recording until I say you can stop recording now.
Wait, we did this whole podcast in character?
Yeah.
Shit, I forgot my English accent.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Happens.
It happens, man. It just slips right through you. Just a heads up. Thank you, Joe, for joining us, for taking the time out of your streaming schedule. Appreciate it. It's been a long time coming, as far as I'm concerned.
I got you, man.
And finally, just got to talk about some Kingdom Hearts. We don't do that enough around here. Sorry, Tony.
You got these fucking Tide Pod guys over here.
To be fair, Scott is a pro Kingdom Hearts person, so
okay.
It's just like, look, guys, I just don't know how well I can handle a podcast that is 90% Kingdom Hearts.
Like we're gonna do.
We do Black Desert Online Talk every week.
Yeah, it's like
not every week.
Not every week, but like once.
That's because you give up. We don't give up.
I'm just saying we'll do a separate Kingdom Hearts 3 hype cast when the time comes.
Yeah, I'm hosting it.
Yeah, Tony's hosting it. It's like, hey guys, welcome to Kingdom Hearts 3 hype cast. It's over.
It's done. Get out.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be glorious. Scott Amish and I are gonna be fucking jazzed. Scott told me he's going blackout on this one.
Yeah, mostly. I've seen some stuff because we've been to E3. But this might not been, but we watch.
But we watch. We consume.
We actually had a better E3 experience. So
other than that, I'm not looking up anything on the game. I'm not.
He doesn't know about the character that came back in that most recent trailer. For your reference, Thompson.
Even though we said it in this podcast earlier,
no,
but whatever.
That's one of the two characters that is shown.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I know about that one.
Okay.
Or no, because at this point I forget either way.
Either way,
exactly.
Yeah, you'll be ready for when it comes out. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you to Joe's streaming audience to come and hang out and watch. Sort of kind of your folk. Thank you to Danny Wiesner for opening music of Two Player Co-op, or closing music of The World Is Saved. Go give him a listen. It's up on the streaming services and whatnot. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Namishin, for joining me as always. Big hugs all the way around. I've been your host, Alex O'Neill. Play your games. Stay rational. We'll talk to you all next week. So, Joe, if you go into the Google Doc, all the way at the bottom, Nabishin's been writing down titles for the episode. Now we're going to go through the titles and titles.
All right, so we got. Wow, weird. When you hit space and it kicks you back up to the top. All right, so we have. You guys want to go bowling and get some nudes?
I'm not gonna lie, that one's pretty damn good.
That's good.
That was a happier time. That was pre-Kingdom Hearts discussion time.
I really kind of like the guys want to go bowling and get some nudes.
We have In Soviet Russia, Ice Fall on You. Everybody bounced off after hearing.
Oh, I meant to play Dragon Ball Super. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Got that.
Yeah. My favorite Game Grump, Aaron Carter.
That's pretty good too.
That's really good.
TrueBelievers.net.
That's really good.
I'm gonna write it off harder. Gladdy Daddy. Scott Nino Kuni 2 is coming to PC.
We should do that every week. Also, Notion.
Oh god.
It sound a little like Twitch. Ruffles is my dad. Ball Tech and Kingdom Hearts recap dicks.
I really like the bowling and nudes one, man.
Yeah, bowling and nudes is really good.
It's a really long title, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Joe, I want you to say a phrase for me. I'm gonna write it out for you.
Oh god.
Sentence. Here you go. It wasn't dirty.
Is that it?
It's a little dirty.
It's a little dirty. Who wants to say the title? Scott, do you want to say it?
No.
Okay.
It's Tony who came out with it.
Yeah, I guess
That's true.
But didn't I do it last week?
I'm trying to think. Last week was BitConnect, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely did it
Yeah,
last
he
week.
did it. I'll say it.
I believe in you.
When you're ready, Joe, just go ahead and read that highlighted bit and wrap this up.
You're listening to Irrational Passions Podcast, episode 367.
You guys want to go bowling and get some nudes?
We can eat them afterwards.
Ugh.
Gross. You can stop recording now.
Oh my god. All right.
It was only 2 hours and 46 minutes.
Only.
It was a good show. Thank you everybody for watching the video version. We love you all. Have a good night.